Alright. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Pathfinder, Wrath of the Righteous. Last time we cleaned out most of the city of Conabris we knew of, and then began our assault on the Grey Garrison, looking to recapture the Wardstone. We've managed to sneak around to getting a new part of the second floor, as the path we had used originally to get upstairs has long since been crashed. So,
I won't let you hurt my friends.
Yep. And so we continue on. With the assistance of several of the knights we helped save, as well as the priests of Desna, we've managed to push forward. Let's see. The Brimarak, ideally. Nice! Brimarak down, first thing. That's a good, promising start. Brimaraks have the ability to cast fireballs, so that is one major less threat for us. Alright. Alright. We'll get our buff up. Darren. Go ahead and shake some bones. Nice. Brimrack's nice and safely asleep. Cultist is coming in. Alright. Calrin, go ahead and get... God damn, a critical hit for 45. That is some real good fucking starting off.
Alright, take you!
Nice. Alright. Alright. And... let's try hold person.
This spell doesn't work like that.
Oh, he's a Cambion. Okay. Alright. Yeah, just try and daze him. Yeah, at least some decent damage. Let's see. Yeah, try and put this one to sleep too. God damn. Alright. Well. Okay. Calrin can come over here to do the Brimarak. You can come over here to do the Cambion. Well, in all truth, he's...
into the fray!
yeah. Okay. Alright. Alright, coup de grace. And there we go. Nice. And knowledge of the world.
Done.
Strategic map and intriguing details about the movement's Crusader army. The demons must have thoroughly studied them before destroying them with their claws and splattering them with blood. So in other words, they've known the current Crusaders, they know their disposition of forces and everything else they should know. How unfortunate for us. Yep.
That is not far.
Alright. Well, we're getting through. And the blessing, one of the major blessings we have on everyone, is the haste. It was a major buff for us. Yep, and this one is quite a long one too, an additional hour of it.
Enemy approaching!
Alright, bow-bows. Yeah, and they always go for me. It's always my job, though. Alright, yeah, we'll channel positive. Heal everyone up a bit. Calrin, yep.
Aim carefully.
Nice. Camellia. In all truth, yeah, just give in on.
Wide open.
Nice. All right, Ember. See if you can put the other one to sleep. Okay, he made it. He made the save. Sela. All right. Oh right, she got access to Divine Weapon Bond. Actually, folks. Paladin forms a divine bond with her weapon. As a standard action, you can call upon the aid of a celestial spirit for 1 minute per paladin level, so 5 minutes. At 5th level, gains a +1 for every 3 levels beyond. They get an additional +1 up to +6. So, yeah. In addition, she can also make it keen or flaming. So, yeah, you can call in all sorts of bonuses. She gains saves, both these only attacks. Yep. And for now, just move into, try and get the one Bao Bao going.
Guide my blade.
Yeah. Then, you know what? It's a little bad, but they're both going to target me anyway. So, I'm just going to take a 5-foot step back. Yep. Yeah. Alright. Darren. Yeah, just take your shot.
My sight.
Okay. Nice. Calren. Yep.
Forward.
First one. Good gods, her fucking crits.
Solid plan.
Alright, Camellia.
Spirits demand your blood.
Ooh, she gave him the horns. Because that's another perk to my barbarian, my Scald Rage, my Scald song, is everyone gets horns now.
Or else.
Ow. Yeah, we have pretty decent AC.
The light. Take you.
Babos are still rough. They are level 7, so... You know, they do have some decent... They do have some health on us. Alright, and we'll turn off Insult. Go ahead and just heal everybody. Alright.
Attack.
1.
Time to do.
God, she's good. Love her. Love my mate. I piss him off and draw him in, and she cuts him down. Alright. Ooh.
So many plans and hopes have gone up in smoke along with this city, and so many are still yet to burn. Soon.
Who are you? Oh, that was a Rilu Vorlesh. Oh. She's the architect of the World Wound, the massive hole in reality that's allowing demons to come from hell.
All according to plan.
That wasn't good. And she's here in Conabris right now. That can't possibly be good for us.
I'll go
Alright.
ahead.
Alright. What's in this room? Ah, there's a hole. If we make it's a rough mobility check. So, we'll come back to that.
Should be.
There's plenty of other things I'm sure to see. Hey, who dragged all these barrels in here? Stop! You can't come in here! I was ordered to rig everything in here! To explode. Fine trick. Keep it up and I might invite you to join our club. So this, ladies and gentlemen, was actually the result of a trick we played earlier on some cultists when they said to to rig the Great Garrison to explode. We don't know why we were led to say it. We just were. And we have a magic warhammer, bunch of supplies. Nice. So yeah, we get to skip a fight for a hell of a fun trick. Let's see, that warhammer, the collapse. Whenever this +1 cold iron warhammer confirms a critical hit, all enemies in a 15-foot area must pass a fortitude saving throw or get knocked on their ass. Not a bad option. The malady makes people sickened. But as we stand, we are hitting the weight limit, so we'll drop all these plate mails. Yeah.
Ready for anything.
Sacred. Okay. Sicarius. Alright, so we've opened up a shortcut back to where we started. So we are making progress. Slow but steady. Oh, more enemies here. Ah. Okay.
We are the light. They are the darkness.
And they will be consigned to oblivion soon enough. As you can see, the Desna priests, when the fight breaks out, they go hidden. We do the fighting.
To your demise.
Nice hit. Let's see. You know what? Stunning barrier. And sure. I'll go.
This way.
Yep. Sela, yeah, can come in.
Into the fray.
Nice. Okay. Everyone else can just keep taking pot shots.
Aim
Cowrin?
carefully. Focus on the goal.
Alright. Speaking of,
Fire time.
coup de grace. And the other?
Spell eludes me. My skills exceed yours.
Alright. And this is the ward stone we're looking for, but we need to be further up. Still, we've managed to reach upstairs around it. And it's at least a good sign we're making the right way. And let's see. Scroll of Fairy Fire.
Let's head out.
And lots of to back down to the first floor, so this would have been another way to get up, probably. Oh, there's something here glowing. Divine power of heaven seems to radiate from the painting. That might be the reason it remained hidden from the demon's eyes and avoided desecration. Well, we just got something else. Mage armor. Okay. So we got blessed a little more. Alright. Through here. Ooh, boy. A new batch of living hearts for my ritual are finally here. Very good, my Lord Discari. I offer this sacrifice to you. We just walked in on the Evil War Council. Shit.
Our victory is certain!
Yeah. Okay. Alright, everybody. Let's see. Let's get an arcane bond. Nope. Let's protection from evil and move towards the front. Okay. Shear's coming. Sela! Yeah, get in the room first. Then... Actually, get your Divine Bond up. Let's go... Yeah, Keen. And... Divine Bond. Here we go. Darren. Go ahead and bless. We're gonna need it. Then from there, let's have a burning arc. Not the worst. And we already have haste on us. Yep. Yeah, lots of rangers. Their leader. Alright, Kalrin. She's in the front, so... Yeah, start with the fighter.
Forward.
Nice. Alright. That's sundered armor attack. Okay. Critical fail. Oh, okay. That one. Alright. From there... just inflict.
This will hurt.
Do I have to... Inflict light wounds. Use.
A calculated risk. This should do it.
Okay.
Let's try this way.
Alright, not sure why it's not letting me. Well, Camillio, you finish him. Okay. Crusader Wizards, just missed the shot. Okay. And... yeah. She's got it going, so from here, go ahead.
No glory without risk.
Nice. Dayran. Let's see. Nothing else we really have. Ability-wise... Yep, nope. Okay. So yeah, just take the shot.
Precision and grace.
Okay, some damage. Ember. Let's have you... yeah, try putting some people to sleep. Made the will save, sure. Alright. Okay. Yeah, go
Solid
ahead.
plan.
God, she's good. Alright, see. Sela's getting some... okay, the shear's just running away. Then... ability. Do I still have... yeah, I still haven't discharged the inflict light wounds. Alright, sure, the wreck... okay, the shear. Didn't overcome... okay. I assume I didn't overcome SR. Yep. Rolled a... oh, okay. Yep. Okay. So, alright, nothing more I can do there. Sela could use some healing. Yeah. Nice. There we go. And...
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
oh! A 39 to one-shot the other. Gods, measure her with, like, cleave. Alright. Darren. Now we're pretty much topped off, mostly. Yeah, Sela's the one in the worst shape, so... yeah, might as well get her a little more. And keep trying to put people to sleep. Alright, that's one less. Alright. Jeslyn. Alright, how bad is she? A level 11 Oracle. 18 AC. Okay, she's gonna take some time to beat down. So in the meantime, Calren. Alright. Alright.
This
All
will
right.
hurt.
That one. Alright.
Go for their heart!
Yep. Okay. Yep, and start with Jeslyn.
The light take you!
There's some good hits. Seems like we're getting that point where if so long as we hit, we're fine. Alright. Honestly, yeah, see if... nope. His SR's too high. Yep. Calren... yeah, get rid of the shear first. Yeah. Isolating you.
A
Yeah.
calculated risk.
Nice. Those sneak attacks. Alright. Cure serious wounds. Yeah. Alright. Eh. Got plenty of cure light wounds left, so go ahead. Nice. Yep.
Into the fray!
The fact the AI in this game is smart enough to not hit the sleeping target is so nice.
I'll make short work of this.
Yep. Darren gets the final kill. Ember. Alright. Calren, can you get the... yep, coup de grace. And there we go. Let's see, anything fun in the group? Yep, Enchanted Scythe. Oh yeah. Jason had some real good stuff. So the Dark Glowing Scythe. For the 10 damage, plus 2 in hand... oh. And it's got the 20... oh god, only on a 20, but times 4. Whenever the scythe deals plus 2 scythe lands a hit on the enemy, it deals an additional 1d3 negative. The target must pass a reflex saving throw or suffer an additional negative energy damage for each round for 1d4 rounds. Okay, Calren's got her new toy versus Darkhorn. Let's see, the Enchanted Armor. Yeah. And Amulet of Natural Armor. So let's see. her half plate plus 1 puts her at 23. If we do the breastplate, 22. So she's good. So she's good for what she's gonna get. I'm using the breastplate plus 1 myself. This is plus 2, so this gets me 22 armor. Yeah. So I'm better off with the breastplate plus 2. Okay. Darren is at 22, 23 technically, so... But Lady Calandra Sir does have the plus 2 enhancement, and it is mithril. Half plate, breastplate, yeah. Probably not going to make a difference for her. Camellia might. The unbending armor. So that's what? Puts her at 24. 25, actually. God damn. Just realizing 25 AC. That is impressive. Yeah. Okay. Belt of Dexterity. Should be good for her. Or Darren, who's Dexterity. Or Ember. Basically, there's few people who don't benefit from extra Dexterity. Like, even throwing it on my character... Let's see. 22. 23. Not the worst. Hell, even Calrin could benefit from it. Oh no, okay. So... I guess Darren, because he's got the most... He'll use it more often than not. And natural armor... Yeah, because I already have the amulet of natural armor. Well, it's a plus 2, so... Yeah. Yep, so we'll give Calrin the other one. Yeah, that puts her up to 24 AC. Two-handing a Mystic Scythe. Yeah, this is ridiculous. Cloak of Resistance, sure. Yeah, that's fine. So, 649, 653. Yeah. Alright. Alright. Weapon-wise... Okay. Like, she's using Marching Terror, which is really good. There is a argument to be giving her, like, the Collapse. And a shield. Which would put her up to 25. And the Collapse would be... Yeah. Basically, free knockdown on enemies. Yeah. Let's see. Now it's just gold. That's just self-fodder. Okay. Yeah, that seems about right.
The road awaits.
Alright.
Tread lightly.
Okay. So yeah, some ritual to summon demons. And looks like we crashed the Evil War Council. Let's see what they had. Some spoons. And pick the lock.
I am helpful, am I not?
Follow my steps.
Indeed she is. And let's see what we find on the other side of this hidden wall. Door. Ooh, heavy pick. Alright.
Let's head out.
Alright, looks like the demons never really gotten here. What's the pick? The bulky pick. Whenever you confirm a critical hit on the enemy, becomes fatigued. Not really that worth it. Nice, but not really that
I
worth
shall
it.
not fail.
Alright. Lots of stuff, goodies to sell.
Let us be careful.
And pushing on, our allies might be able to break this. Pick the lock. No.
Tread
Okay.
light.
This door looks like there's only 10% chance to pick, which probably means there's some other way around it. Elven notes from the Great Garrison.
I'm gone.
Alright. Alright. And just some generic
Follow my
weapons. Alright. So, where haven't we been? This one pocket room.
Let's head out.
Okay, we'll try. We have two. We'll try the 10%.
Ah, not this time.
Oh, there we go. This door is locked with the magical. Yep, the Crusader Wizards gets it. And our special Dwarven War. Bella Stone skill. Some extra. Okay.
Let us be careful.
Just more goodies. Love to see it, folks. Alright. So we've been across there, so down this hallway. And they're desecrating this place. The demon's desecrating and covering the place in blood and gore everywhere they go.
I'm gone.
There's a trap there. Uh-oh. We open one door.
I will fight.
Yay! Enemies coming after us through a trap. And a hidden enemy. So we're just gonna... Yeah, we're not triggering the trap. You can come to us. Uh-oh. Cambion Bard. Alright. We'll move up. And hold the line there. Let's see. I do have one more. Alright. We'll weaken the dretch. Yeah. Yeah, and of course they can run across the trap with no problem. Oh well. Go ahead and bait them.
Out
Yep.
of my sight.
Alright. Admittedly, it's just Dretzes. Like, we've dealt with these guys en masse a lot. So, gets the buff and starts shanking. Excuse me. Alright. See about trying to put... excuse me. Put them to sleep. Oh, man. Sorry about that. Okay. Come on. They're just trying cheap Rays of Frost. Cowrin, just start cutting.
Forwards.
Yep. Yeah. Their dretches are like level what? Level 1? At most. They're nothing. They're just easy prey to... They just waste attacks on. Sela!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Alright. So yeah, you can see the damage difference between a glaive and the, but... Alright. And from here... One round of insults. And turn it off. Yep, transformed Crusaders coming in from the other room. Alright, Darren. For now, yeah, go ahead and just start shooting.
I will see to your demise.
Nice. Alright. 8 damage total. Nothing to sniff at. Alright. I'm truly loving... I must admit, I am truly enjoying playing an Insider. It is very much a, you know, me basically being able to cut loose and just let people know what I genuinely fucking think of there. Oh, that is beautiful. Ember, good work. Luckily, these zombies take forever to catch up to us, so... Yep. Calren, just keep swinging.
A solid plan.
And I love that. She slices the... Basically slices the...
The light, take you!
This should do it.
Precision and grace.
You are today's sacrifice! You won't stop us.
Attack!
No glory without risk!
Let's try this way.
Go for their hearts! Surrender or else!
Aim carefully. Forwards.
Into the fray! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
This will hurt.
The duel of artistic
I'll
preferences.
make short work of this.
There's the Bard gone. So his buff is no more. Yep. Carmelia. Yeah, help out.
Wide open.
Yeah, get these Crusader zombies down.
Too late for apologies.
Nice, nice. That work, Ember. Alright. Finish
Solid
off.
plan.
Nice. Sela.
The light! Thank you!
Let the goddess embrace you. Yep.
A calculated risk.
Alright. Okay. Oh, god damn it. I was trying to move it. I have too many people. Oh well. Alright, only took a little bit of damage, but there we are.
I need to concentrate.
Alright,
Becoming
Crusaders.
distracted leads to becoming dismembered.
And
I'll go ahead.
the ancient pool is filled to the brim with human intestines. So we didn't make this understand that what its significance is, but it is definitely a
As it
horrible
should
image. Alright. But we managed to get through that trap. Now we just need to get through. Okay. Alright. We're going to send... Okay.
No mistakes.
Let's go, because we know Camellia is our
Open your
best
heart to me.
trap
Spirits
specialist.
guide me.
Alright.
I hope you appreciate
There we go.
this.
Okay.
I am prepared.
I plan to, yes. It doesn't take a lot longer, actually. At least not in my experience, but if I'm honest, turn-based, I find it more satisfying
I
in
know what to do.
the more tactical combat.
Time's not waiting.
Plus, it lets each character show off and get a sense of what makes them strong.
In due time.
But yeah, I have every intention of playing 90%. There's a few times where it's worth just turning off. It's worth turning off it when there's so many enemies in a battle. The defense of Defender's Heart, when you're going with Irabeth up the tower the first time, you can just turn it on. Irabeth can pretty much solo most of the run-up. Irabeth and her forces can pretty much carry the day. Oh.
Why did you drag me here, you wench? To mock me one last time? Go on, finish me! Drink my blood, devour my soul! Just get on with it. Let me die at last.
Yeah? You heard the man.
Staunton, light of my life, don't be so silly. I could never hurt you. I brought you away from the battle to save you. My love, you don't belong in this grubby city where everyone hates you. Come away with me. You know I have always loved you.
Alright. Looks like we just happened to stumble into this little lover's tryst.
You lying filth! You have the gall to say that to my face? But it was you. It was all you. You're the reason I lost everything. You're the reason why everyone despises me!
So it was me who brought shame upon you in front of the people you called friends? It was me who mocked you year after year, spat on you, forced you to do dirty, demeaning work like you were a drudge, and not the bravest of knights. No, it was all of them. The Crusaders and their witless queen. If you remember the day Dresden fell, I asked you to be its new ruler. You refused, of course, you and your principles. But look what's become of you.
They talk about love, but they are really talking about a terrible disaster, like an earthquake or a hurricane. or a shipwreck.
I love that Ember is so naive but so insightful. It is such of a fun thing to have Ember. There's actually a, believe it or not, it reminds me of the particular family that in Vampire the Masquerade that have I forget which clan it is, where they're basically technically insane, but because they're insane because they know too much and they can't get control over all their knowledge. It is actually a really cool principle to have, and it's one of the reasons you love to have Ember around.
Perhaps there is another kind of love. But in my experience of love, if it doesn't feel like you've been through a shipwreck, then it's not worthy of the name.
If love is like a shipwreck, which part do you play? The rocks or the ship that gets dashed against them? I can't resist. I can't resist making this flirty comment.
I sense the trap in your question. I take it you cast me in the role of the ship? You think I am doomed to be dashed against the rocks? And who will play the lucky rocks, I wonder? But to answer your question, I see myself as the wind. All this drama is beneath me.
A good answer. I enjoy the one-upmanship he has.
I'm sorry to say that there is truth in the demon's words. The Crusaders really have treated him terribly. I say this as a criminal who has been forgiven by other knights of Iomade. But like all demons, she has built a mountain of lies and deception upon this one grain of truth.
My offer still stands. Come away from here, my love. You will rule Dresden as a king, and I will be your queen.
I want to go chaotic and just say you'll make a great couple. The eyeless queen and the brainless king. But let's be honest, let's treat Staunton with the respect he's truly owed. The man has put in the work and suffering for his sins. I'm sorry, but it cannot... I owe him that much. Don't listen to her, Staunton. She's lied to you before, and she's lying to you now. We recognize this, and it's more a case of, leaning on him for being the good man. Talking about lawful just feels wrong. Like, the rules don't matter in this. If the rules mattered, he wouldn't have listened to her the first time. No, not interfering is not an option. No, don't listen to her. She's lied to you before, and she's lying to you now.
Listen to this. The deceitful queen servant has the gall to call me a liar. You know the truth, my sweet. I am the only one who has never lied to you.
And that is one hell of a lie. Staunton gets to his feet and it looks at the eyeless Lilitu with a strange expression on his face. A mountain would sooner weep than this grim dwarf, but tears now well in his eyes.
Dearest, it's all right. I'm here. We'll never be parted again. Let's go.
Yeah,
Come.
Malkavians, thank you. I'd completely forgotten, but yeah. They have so much knowledge that they cannot control it, and they have an incredible amount of insight at times.
Get back! Ah!
Grasping his weapon, Staunton slashes at Mingnao's eyeless face with surprising agility for one of his stature, flees up the stairs.
Curses! Ugh. Stubborn as a mule. Never mind, my pet. Never mind. You won't get far. You will kiss this scratch and beg for forgiveness. You will be mine. Wholly, eternally, and willingly.
That last bit's gonna be a real bitch for you, just saying. Mingzhao, that last bit's just gonna be a real bitch for you.
As it should be.
And as you can see down below, Irabeth and her Crusaders still swinging and working hard. Alright, third floor. Unfortunately, we are at a little too heavy to move up. Oh no, we can leave. Okay. Alright. Third floor, back to the top of the wardstone. But this time, it's not going to be as simple, is it? No, no it ain't.
Let's have some fun.
Daradnu. A level 10 monstrous humanoid. Oh boy. AC 18, flat-footed. Notice he's real weak to touch attacks though. However, he has a 15 fire and cold resist. Yeah. Okay. So, it should go without saying, try to do your best not to be the one getting charged. With this many people, though, it's gonna be hard. Alright. Blessing up. Kaurin, move up here. So he can't, yeah. Then turn on defensive and go from there. Well, dude, go for the standards, see if it'll work. I don't fucking believe that just worked. Gods, I love the way this D&D system works. Alright. Everyone get in position. He's gonna be asleep for a couple... Okay, we've got a couple rounds. Okay, everyone get in position. Yep, still asleep. Camellia, get in position. Alright, and I'll get in position. Alright. Because if he's not able to... Yeah. Okay. Because if he's not able to charge, well, that's going to make this easy. Alright. Let's kick this pig. Coup de grace.
No mercy for the wicked.
Alright. Yep, everyone gets more damage on him because he gets up. Then Camellia. Prove your weapon.
The spirits demand your blood.
Nice. And I get some full attacks.
This should do it.
Nice. I don't hit the hardest, but I sure as hell. Alright.
Out of my sight.
Yep. And Calrin.
Attack. Focus on the goal.
Ultimate proof. You don't have to be strong. You just have to be capable. If you can disable someone, they are nothing but meat. Oh, that is so good. And that is a two-handed heavy great axe. Whenever this axe lands a hitting blow on the enemy, they must pass it forward. So, oh wow. Oh, I'm really tempted to give that to. Actually, yeah, no, I can wield it. Blocker. Okay.
Ready for anything.
Let's see. Because my damage is +8 for +8, and 5 to 14. Blocker, 5 to 16. with a better chance of putting people prone. You know what? Why not? Yeah, I can see it.
I am prepared.
Yeah, that... God damn. That was the easiest time I've ever had with that Minotaur.
In due time.
Trivial.
Alright, we're back. Alright, let's see it.
All according to plan.
Door won't budge. Alright, we're back. We've reached the Wardstone. Upon entering the chamber where the vanquished Wardstone resides, the Crusaders could have expected many things. An ambush, deadly spells, or a horde of enemies. But not an empty hall, still and silent, with no Mingzhou or her henchmen. Only the obelisk and the glimmers of light dancing on the dirty floor. But then again, all is not as placid as it seems. Reflem Sovichian once again hears the seething choir. This time the voices sound louder, more insistent. One step, another, and suddenly Reflem Sovichian sees the Wardstone, not as it was a moment ago, but somehow completely different. It is no monolith, emanating light. It is a cage made of pure energy. The place where Discari struck looks like a festering wound, from which tendrils of dirty red and purple darkness creep throughout the entire artifact. And there, inside, two hosts of flaming warriors are locked in battle. One is light, the other blood red. But they are all waiting. For what? What do the light warriors say? The light warriors speak of duty, service, and sacrifices made. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstones. Each one contains a host of angels, volunteers from heaven who committed to this indefinite imprisonment in order to guard mortal kind from the demonic threat. They make no complaint. They ask no easing of their burden. If the goddess and her herald offered them the same choice again, they would consider it the ultimate honor to sacrifice their freedom for the cause. The angels know Discari's evil plan. When the last of the light warriors falls, the Wardstone will become a deadly explosive that will destroy everything around it. And on the other obelisks in the chain will meet the same fate. The light warriors pray for help, plead for someone to strike down their fallen brethren. Those who succumb to the demonic corruption are already beyond salvation. But if they are stopped, it will allow the Wardstone to heal, and the light to host to continue its duty. The crystal chisel discovered in the ruins of Canabras is the ideal weapon for this task. It will cut out the corruption along with those who have succumbed to it, and restore the Wardstone's full power. But what of the Red Warriors? The Red Warriors speak of pain and lies and disillusionment. Their words reveal the truth of the Wardstones. The barrier surrounding the World Wound is built on the bondage and suffering of countless angels. Every injury dealt to the Wardstone, these angels experience as physical agony. The pain is driving them insane. Deceived by the hollow platitudes about duty and service, they suffer torment day after day for the sake of ungrateful mortals who do not even know their names. Enough! The Red Warriors know their blades now, turned against their former brethren, hasten the triumph of Discari and his servants. Once the Wardstone has been wholly conquered by corruption, it will become a deadly weapon under the demon's control. Some of the obelisk's prisoners beg for freedom, while others pray only for death. But they all agree that this existence is unendurable. The crystal chisel is discovered in the ruins of Canabras is the perfect weapon for a massacre. It cannot force open the door for those who wish to escape, but it can destroy the Wardstone, along with all its prisoners, willing and unwilling. None will be able to claim victory, but all will be gifted a merciful death that will end their suffering once and for all. Unfortunately, we are not an Aeon, so we can't make that decision, whatever it is. There it is, the fate of two angelic hosts, faithful and fallen, and the fate of Canabris, perhaps even all of Mendev, now rest in the heroine's hands. How will she proceed? Whatever this crystal chisel may be, its power is great indeed. It can destroy the stone along with all of its inhabitants, or it can mend it by killing the angel defectors within. What it cannot do, alas, is free those who wish to escape and keep the stone intact for those who wish to remain. But somewhere deep in the heroine's soul, the familiar ire seethes, endless rage, unbridled hatred. What will happen if it's unleashed here at the Sown? So we only have destroy the stone with all the angels inside, quell the anger of the Red Warriors by offering them peace, cleanse the Ward Stone, destroying the fallen Celestials, or unleash the demonic fury that broils in our chest. If the pain is so bad that they cannot take it anymore, well, let us give them peace. Yeah. Definitely not the demonic one. We're definitely not going for that path. But offering them peace, ending their suffering, I think that is a good enough option. After all, there are plenty of those still willing and wanting to hold fast to what's going on. And we can't deny that without the Ward Stones, this all becomes so much worse. So, quell their anger. Rephlem Soradrine addresses the furious Red Warriors, not in words, but in her intentions and aspirations. The torment-weary angels see compassion in her, and also a promise of rest. One day, the demons will be driven back. One day, the world wound will vanish, like a nightmare chased away by the spring dawn. One day, the sky above Canabris will once again gleam a dazzling blue. When that day comes, the Ward Stones will no longer be needed, and the Angel's watch will be at an end. Overcome by this vision, the Red Warriors drop their weapons. With bowed heads, they say words of farewell and fall into a deep sleep, one that will not be broken until the day this promise is fulfilled and they regain their freedom. The injury inflicted by Discari still gleams scarlet within the Word Stone, but the spread of corruption has been halted. The obelisk fills with vital, healing light. The Crusaders succeeded, the Angels' battle within the Ward Stone has ended, and the threat to the entire chain of stones has been eliminated. Of course, this has won no guarantees of safety for the future. What happened here can happen again. The Mendevians can no longer rely on Iomede's gift as they once did, but the danger has passed for now. So we chose. And so? What? Arilu Vorlesh. And that's us.
Suture. They're rejoicing like children. The storm is coming and none of them sees it.
Shall we add to their festivities, my lady? How about a little lightning to burn their flesh?
Oh no, Suture. We'll leave such frolics to Discari's little gnats. We are here for something else. Something I have greatly anticipated for a long, long time.
So how we got here was Arilu Borlesh, the architect of the world wound, brought us here. The story from there we know. The blisteringly vivid memory releases you, and you return from the depths of the past to the present. You feel a fresh breeze on your face. The energy expelled from the Wardstone has blown the roof off the Grey Garrison. The Wardstone's energy suffuses you, and through you flows into your allies.
What is happening? Help us, Iomade!
What are you doing here? How? Ah, I see. Tricks from your pathetic goddess. So even Iomade will resort to dirty tricks when you have her cornered. Don't celebrate yet, mortal. There's no one to hide you from me now.
So, the reason the room was empty, the simple truth, it never was. The goddess had managed to trick and hide us from each other.
Look, you're already wounded. Pathetic mortal. I'll have no trouble finishing you off now. You'll die anyway.
Looking down, you notice that the wound on your chest has opened again, and is bleeding as if you were hit by a sword. But there's no pain. All you feel is power filling you. Right before your eyes, the edges of the wound start to join and heal until it closes fully. Mingzhao's face twists in frustration. The demoness looks formidable with her entourage around her, but her threats ring hollow to you now. You look at her and feel like a titan looking at an ant. Overwhelming, all-conquering power fills you. What? That little demoness? Those irritating hordes of the abyss? The gods themselves are your only equals now. Oh, now we're about to have some fun. Well, fun for me, I don't know about you.
Demons love having fun at others' expense. It would be only fair if we had a little fun at yours.
We'll see who's having more fun when I've got my claws in you. Your goddess sent you to die. You think that's a victory? All you've done is postpone the deaths of all the other mortals. And not even for very long. But your wait for death is over. You won't see what I'm going to do to your little friends, because I'm going to kill you right now.
We will be victorious!
Right. Alright, Sela starts us off. Yeah, go ahead and kill the shear. Oh! Yeah, we're buffed as all get out. This is a stomp. Just so you're aware, this is going to be a stomp. Darren.
I will see to your demise.
Yeah. Yep. No, all our spell casting, all our abilities are back. This is meant to be a complete and utter stomp. Make no mistake, they don't stand a damn chance. Ember's got all her spells back, so go ahead. Yeah. And Calvin?
Aim carefully.
Yeah. She just did 47 damage without a crit. 1 damage. 4 attacks.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
Yeah. Waves of fatigue. I'm sorry, did you try something? I barely noticed. Here. Now, little demoness, try again.
Precision and grace.
Yep. Alright. Go ahead.
You are today's sacrifice.
Yep. Oh. They did so well to make it so far.
I'll hit you.
Yep. Ember's got some damn good shots on her. Alright. Yeah, go ahead and...
Forwards.
Yeah. Reinforcements, huh? Perfect. This was getting a little dull.
The light take you.
Yep. Something wrong?
Let's try this way.
Nice. Yep. Alright.
I'll make short work of this.
Yep. Yep. Just keep hitting. No, I'm not even you know what? Yeah. Yeah. She's getting 4 attacks again. Like, that's...
Solid plan.
Calvin has 5 attacks. Yeah. True mystic power is terrifying. Alright. Aw. You're down to basic fireballs? Already, Mingzhou? How terrible! Dayren, move up. And... get everyone a little healed up.
I'll cut you wide open.
Yep. Ember? Oh, go ahead and...
Surrender or else.
yeah. And... yep.
Time's not waiting.
How are you doing that? Where is your power coming from?
Anago! To me!
Staunton, my darling. I knew you'd come back for me.
Shut it! Get over here now. Get behind me. If you want to finish her off, you'll have to step over my dead body first. Killing me won't be a challenge, I know. But I can last long enough to give her time to escape.
Staunton, don't do this, man.
Don't do it? And why not?
You know, you still... she doesn't love you. Demons don't know how... yeah. Just pointing it out, that's gonna make him retreat into his necessity, his feeling for heroism. Yeah, still, she doesn't love you.
You think I don't know that demons cannot love? You think this is news to me? I know that lying wench can truly love me. But what of it? maybe I love her anyway. No matter what. And if I don't, what's it got to do with you?
You're hurting yourself, just so she can hurt you even worse later. And all that so you can feel hurt until the day you die. You're awfully silly.
I know, girl. But it's too late for me to learn any different. When I die, pour one out for the old fool.
I love having Ember along for these, like, at least he's admitting it. You know, you still do have a chance to redeem yourself.
Staunton, it's the truth. The Crusaders of Canabras have treated you like dirt. But we would never do that to you. We are your friends.
Shut up! I've been listening to fairy tales about redemption for 70 years! Enough! Not another word! Enough talking! But I'll go cast your spells and get out of here! I'll hold her off. Quickly! Before I change my mind!
No, my sweet. I won't abandon you. We'll leave this place together, and we'll go where we can be happy.
Go! Let me finally... God damn it all! Let's go!
He wanted to die at our hands. He knows he wouldn't be a challenge right now. But she takes them. The demon and the traitor vanish in a magical haze. You feel the energy thrumming through your body and soul start to fade. It doesn't leave you. It hides somewhere deep down, leaving a small amount of incredible energy, as well as the understanding that you will one day master that inconceivably huge power. You have gained your first mythic rank as a mythic hero, starting a whole new track of development, independent from class levels. Every time your mythic rank increases, you and your companions will gain new mythic abilities or mythic feats. Your mythic rank will increase as the game's story progresses. So, yep. The mythic ranks. This is where the real power starts to head up. You need to choose which mythic path you're going to follow. This choice will greatly affect the following events. However, no matter your reasons for choosing one path, there are powers or aesthetic preferences. Remember, there are no wrong choices. Like, right now, we are... Okay, you see the other options. Angel, Azada, Demon, and Trickster. There is also a locked one. Unfortunately, it's a case of we are... Right now, you have to take Mythic Hero. So, we have the access to those other forms, but this is our first one. Now, here's our first ability. Mythic characters draw power from chaos, gain the ability to create 3 illusory copies of themselves. Those copies last for 1 minute per mythic rank, and act like mirror image spell, protecting the character from attacks. Those characters can use this ability 3 times per day. At 2nd mythic rank, those characters become more creative, gaining +3 circumstance bonus on all skill checks. Close to the Abyss... Wow. Close to the Abyss, mythic characters draw their power from the Abyss, grow a pair of horns, gaining a gore attack. Attack was made -5 penalty and 1d8 yeah. It counts as cold iron magic for the purpose of overcoming damage reduction. At 2nd mythic rank, closer to demons, gaining resist electricity and immunity to poisons. Mythic characters draw their power from good, gaining the ability to unleash a ray of heavenly light, targeting an ally or a foe within 50 feet as a ranged touch attack. The ray heals allies for 4d6 plus 2d6 per mythic rank, or deals the same amount to enemies. Those characters can use the ability 3 times a day, plus 1 extra time for each mythic rank. Dance Macabre. Mythic characters draw their power from death, can channel their negative energy to deal damage to living creatures or heal undead. Yeah. Force Reality. Draw their power from law, gain the ability to force reality upon enemies. Every enemy in a 30-foot radius around the mythic character is affected by the effect of Dispel Magic, Greater Spell, affecting only the effects of Illusion School. So you basically can counter false images. Or Instrument of Freedom. draw their power from freedom, gave them the ability to unleash a bolt of energy from Elysium itself, targeting an ally or foe within 50 feet as a ranged touch attack. If used on allies, the bolt instead charges their attacks with weapons for 2 plus mythic rounds. Companions' attacks with weapons deal an additional 2d6 holy damage. So yeah. To be honest, Bit of Fun is really good. Especially with how we can taunt and then draw enemies in. So, I'll be honest. Originally, I used Instrument of Freedom. I'm going to go for a Bit of Fun. And then... Ooh. Additional spells. Always a chance. So you don't automatically miss when you roll a 1. Archmage Armor. Ascendant Element. Summons. Battle Meditation. Okay. Extra castings. Attacks are now less affected by luck. You are master of Mage Armor spell. Whenever you cast Mage Armor, you gain additional armor. Ascendant Elements, so anytime I use a particular element, you cannot be prevented or reduced by energy or immunities. Ascendant Summons, any summons you call are better. Battle Meditation. As a standard action, you can enter a state of battle meditation. While in the state you are unable to move, you lose your dexterity bonus to AC and count as being staggered. However, all allies in a 30-foot radius gain a morale bonus on attack, damage rolls, and saving throws. This is amazing for some casters. Our Beneficial Curse allows us to... Basically, you gain additional Oracle Curse, but it gives you no negatives, but we start to gain the bonuses. The Best Jokes. You are a master of the Hideous Laughter spell. Boundless Healing. When you cast a cure or healing spell, it becomes Reach as though using the Reach spell. Brutality Incarnate. The wounds you inflict with natural attacks are anything but natural. Cleaving Shot. Each time you deal critical damage with your ranged weapon attack, you reduce the target to 0 hit points. You deal weapon damage to all other enemies in a 10-foot radius. So for snipers, you can just do a massive amount of single damage, and then it jumps to another target. If you're certain alchemist, love this one, Corruptor. Your poison and diseases ignore immunities. Hell, there's some witches who get some real use out of this. Dimensional Retribution. You leave a mystical link. With enemy spellcaster, lets you instantly move to them. Every time you're targeted by an enemy spell, you gain the ability to teleport to the spellcaster as a move action for the next 2 rounds. You can imagine where some fighters get some real use out of that. Distracting Shots. Your ranged weapon attacks are dangerous enough for enemy to forget about melee threats. Penalty against melee attacks. Yeah. So basically, you shoot at them and then they're easier to hit. Distracting Shots. Your ranged weapon attacks are dangerous enough for the enemy to forget. Elemental Barrage. You've mastered the art of raining elemental spells on your foes and found a way to empower them by combining different elements. And deal energy damage to creature. You apply an element mark to it. Mark target with a different type of energy for the next 2 rounds that takes additional divine damage. Emergency Help. In dire situation, you can instantly make your way to a companion in danger. Okay, you can teleport to allies who are in trouble. Enduring spells. Yeah. So, yeah. Enduring spells is for your buffers. So, like Carmelia, love to put an enduring spell on her. Enforced Vigor. Every time you damage an ally, they gain +2 mythic bonus on attack and damage rolls and +1 on all saving throws. The bonus lasts number of rounds equal to half your mythic rank. Ever Ready. You're always ready to unleash some extra attacks. And the number of attacks of opportunity making round is increased by 2, yeah. So more and they hit harder. Exposed Vulnerability. Ranged weapon attacks expose the enemy vulnerable points. Every 3rd hit with a ranged weapon against the same enemy deals an additional. Inspirational leader. You are a beacon of hope for your comrades, and they perform better near you. Your allies within 50 feet gain a bonus equal to half your mythic rank, plus 1 to their initiative, saving throws, and mind. Basically, all their supporting stuff. Last stand. Your mission is too important to fall in battle, and your mythic powers let you endure unbelievable things. Once a day, when your HP drops low, you become unkillable. For 2 rounds, you become immune to damage. Leading strike, basically everyone gets... It's easier to damage people once you hit them. Activate Great Immunity, dispels any spell effects on you. Magic Nullification is awesome. Master Shapeshifter. It's pretty much what it says. You get benefits when you shapeshift. Mythic Charge. Your charge attacks deal additional divine damage. Mythic Inspiration. Perfect Cavalry. Moving while mounted no longer provokes attacks of opportunity for you and your mount. So you can just run around and just makes Cavaliers disgustingly good. Powerful Shadows. You've learned the real power of the shadows. Your shadow spells are 20% more real. Ranging shots. You get a +1 up every attack you do from range. Rupture Restraints. You get Surge of Mythic Power from all... Okay. 3 times per day, you automatically dispel any spell effects that make you any status effect. Second mystery for us as an oracle. Whenever you cast a spell, your next single attack roll and damage roll if the attack hits, made with a weapon until the end of the next round, gain a bonus. The bigger they are. You gain a bonus attack rolls with ranged weapon equal to the penalty the AC the target receives from their size. Thundering Blows. The sound of your blows is powerful enough to damage even without piercing. That shockwave you kept seeing following our attacks, that's what this is. Unrelenting Assault. As you keep fighting the power of melee, every round as long as you make 1 melee attack, you gain a stacking +2 bonus with melee weapons up to +10 to hit. Unstoppable. Inner Fortitude so strong it lets you overcome most debilitating conditions. Yeah, basically it reduces what they can do. And a lot of extra ones are more class-specific things too. But for us, more than likely, I'm gonna go... I was tempted Abundant Casting, but... more so than anything... Nah, Abundant Casting. I don't have anything... Because there is better spell penetration, but I don't think you get it till later. As to say, I think... Greater Abundant Casting... Well, either way. But yeah, I think getting more spells for us is going to be really useful. Alright. Alright. So I think that worked for us.
Focus on the goal.
Now, Calrin's Mythic. Just because we went over it. Where is it? In her case, Ascended Element Acid. Because remember, because she's a Bronze Dragon equivalent, she gets extra acid damage with every one of her attacks. So acid can no longer be reduced or immune. So that acid damage starts to stack up here.
Our duty calls.
Now, Daeron's, of course,
Welcome your company.
Boundless Healing, because his healing just has to get better.
Smile. The world's not ending just yet.
A bright future awaits us.
She gets Ever Ready, so yeah, you just want to put Sela in the middle of the everything.
Rely on me.
Yes?
Ember. She gets Ascended Element Fire.
Trust in yourself.
And Carmelia, abundant casting.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
Yep.
I know what to do.
Yep. And pick up all the goodies. Desnus Institute, the Ansi Tiefling, the energetic one. Alright. Let's get out of here, folks. Inventories, well, we're too heavy. Okay. So... Okay. Yeah, just gotta get down under the arm. It's mostly armors, so... Okay.
No mistakes.
Yep. And we'll leave. Alright. We've done it. We've saved Conabris.
Make way. Warrior Queen coming through with a round for the heroes. Whoa, the heart is packed. And you considered nixing this little shindig, Beth?
When Anivia reaches the long table your party is gathered around, she heavily flops onto the bench and hands out tankards of beer.
I did consider it, and I am still considering it. It hasn't even been a week since the last demon was booted out of Canabris, and we really should be in a period of mourning for all the city's fallen. But the people deserve to celebrate, and she deserves to be honored for saving the city and possibly all of Mendev.
Hey. We did it all together. It wasn't just me.
But someone did more than the rest of us. Don't deny your achievements. There will always be plenty of miserable folk only too happy to tear you down.
According to the Watch reports, there has been no demon activity whatsoever outside Canabris. I get the feeling the fiends are as shocked by what happened as we are. What happened in the garrison, what you did, it was a miracle. I truly believe that the gods remembered us and decided to intervene.
Beth, come on, you agreed. No serious business today.
All right, I'm done. No more. Who would have thought we'd be celebrating a successful attack on the Grey Garrison, our own fortress, and that we'd blow the roof off the place?
It's simply unforgivable.
Comes the cheerful voice of someone sitting at the far corner of the table.
While we're on the topic of the roof, there's already a rumor going around that you have been blessed by Iomade herself. And it was her power granted to you that destroyed the garrison's walls and roof. And it turns out the people want a little piece of that blessing for themselves. The townsfolk are gathering chunks of the garrison's rubble as souvenirs and talismans. And I'm sure they'll hit the black market soon enough. Oh, yeah. Here, read on this for me. Good luck.
We need all the luck we can get.
Nice. I'll put it on display at home. Or maybe I'll make a hole in it and wear it as a pendant.
Navi! What are you on about now?
What do you mean? Do you see many people at this table who've been personally blessed by Iomade herself?
Well, a couple perhaps.
Says the same mirthful voice that joined him before.
Iomade's blessings are not conveyed through stones, and as public officials, we really shouldn't.
Erebeth looks to the end of the table where the voice originated, and her eyes widen as her words trail off.
I feel a little chastened after what you said about public officials. But I myself have acquired a few pieces of stone, and also wish to ask our heroine to breathe on them for good luck. So, what now? Are you going to toss me out of this fine establishment?
The woman dressed in unshowy finery raises her eyebrows. Note the title under her picture.
Your Majesty.
Yes, it is I. I made the journey here to deduct the cost of repairing the garrison roof from your salary. We have not been introduced. Galfrey of Mendev.
kiss her hand. The rumors of your beauty were not exaggerated.
Thank you for the compliment. So, this is what she looks like. The one all Mendev is talking about. News of your deeds reached me even before my messengers could.
Oh?
Your Majesty, we were just... I'll have them arrange.
Calm yourself, Commander. I deliberately came here without any fanfare because I did not wish to draw attention away from our honored heroine here. My personal guard and the force I brought with me are standing watch outside the city. I ordered all of your sentries to stand down. They also deserve a break. Every person who tirelessly fought to save Canabras will enjoy themselves today. And my reinforcements will ensure peace and order.
Will you be joining our celebration, Your Majesty?
Please, don't Your Majesty me. We are in a tavern, not my court in Nerosian. Address me as you would any comrade in arms. Concerning the celebration, as you can see, I already invited myself. I couldn't pass up the chance to meet the new heroine all the Crusaders are talking about. And soon, not just Crusaders.
Yeah, we all need to get some rest.
Because grand new deeds lie ahead, yes?
Your Majesty, my dear cousin.
Count, I admit I was surprised to learn that you valiantly joined the ranks of the city's defenders. Pleasantly surprised.
I live to please you, my queen. My first thought when Daskari cruelly robbed us of noble Tarendalev and half of Canabras' crusaders in one fell swoop was of you, my queen, and of how these...
Wow, he lays it on thick.
No one could have foreseen the demon attack, and we have so successfully held the defense here for 4 heroic crusades.
I'm going to drown him in the nearest well this very night.
God damn, he lays it on thick when he's actually around her.
I value your dedication and your eloquence. I hope you will continue to aid our soldiers.
Not a chance. You know that I am not made for the front lines. Excellent bash, but alas, I really must go. Important matters to be getting on with. A new shipment of wine from Kionin, and 3 beautiful creatures of the same provenance. But I will most assuredly come to say my farewells before your army departs on its campaign, which, wherever it may lead you, will undoubtedly be crowned with victory.
I shall hold you to that, Count. And now, allow me to devote some time to the heroine of the evening. I did not come here solely to give you the chance to celebrate. But all serious discussions and official announcements can wait until tomorrow. I have big, big plans for all of you. Especially for you. But I want to keep you in suspense for a little while longer. So I shan't say another word. Let us mark this victory. My first toast is to you, the heroine of Canabras.
Now, what are we drinking? All right. Victory.
The fires of Canabras have died down. Now the army's path leads to the walls of Dresden, a fallen citadel that the Crusaders have been trying in vain to reclaim for 70 years. The new piece on the board might give their efforts some added momentum.
The Sword of Valor. All right. So, folks, we got to meet the Queen herself. And we're taken to... Well... Let's see where we end up now. Queen Gulf.
Rise, warriors. Today is a day of sorrow and pride. Sorrow because we weep for our brothers and sisters who perished in Canabras. Pride Because despite demonic treachery, our heroes repelled the attack and saved the city! I, Queen Golfrey of Mendev, declare this day the first day of the Fifth Crusade! And I am glad to introduce the one who will lead the attack on the forces of the Abyss. The hero of Canobris, Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. Your leader from now unto victory or death. And now it's time to rest. Everyone is dismissed.
So yeah, we end up...
The troop review is finished. I'll give you some time to look around the camp, and then I shall expect your presence at headquarters.
So yeah, folks. We got roped into leading the Fifth Crusade. Commander, please allow me to join you while you inspect our encampment. And naturally, we got enough experience to get our level up. And now, a bunch of new quests will be open to us. Because, yep, we've got a whole lot more to talk to and a whole lot to explore. But, first off, we're moving up to Oracle level 2. Alright, Athletics, Lore Religion, and Knowledge Arcana. We get another inflicting ability to inflict light wounds.
Ready for anything.
So we're good. But we've got quite a number of allies that we need to deal with. Let's see, Calrin's level up. I'm going to keep her as... Well, actually, no. She should have everything for the class she was aiming for. Student of War. The path of the Student of War is particularly enticing to martially minded characters who seek to enhance and expand their mastery of skills. Students of War often pride themselves in studying topics that combat-focused types might not normally find value in, and their ability to draw upon unexpected lore and information has become something of a legend among their kind. A Student of War. So, that will also give her Lore Nature now. Actually, we'll take down the Athletics. Yep. Class Skill. In her case, Lore Nature. No, Knowledge World. Actually, yeah, Lore Nature. Now, the abilities this grants you are quite significant. Know your enemy. As a move action, a Student of War can study a foe she can see and attempt a knowledge check appropriate to the creature's type. Success grants her a +1 bonus insight against her enemy, which can be applied via one of the following stances, and indicated to the statistics and rolls. So, defensive stance, imply you gain extra armor against your opponent. Martial stance, you get to more attack on your opponent. Or tactical, they can't trip or do other things to you. Know your enemy. Yep. An additional class skill of Lore Nature.
Time's not waiting.
So, yep, and her class, and that gives her also now, let's see. You'll see now that on her character page, she now automatically has 2 attacks. So, +13 and +8. Yep.
I know what to do.
Let's see. So that's us. Everyone else is just kind of takes care of themselves. His mythic rank, of course, Master Shapeshifter.
Focus on the goal.
Let's see. And his level 6. Of course, more of the same. Gets Shifter's Fury, so his attacks
Ready
become
for
more.
anything.
Yep.
Time's not waiting.
And Nenio, her mythic rank is, of course, Abundant Casting.
No mistakes.
And, of course, her level up is going to be Scroll Savant. Yep, Fireball. The classic. Woljif. Mythic rank, of course, Abundant Casting.
Focus.
Look, it's just the best, one of the best base abilities to get. Level 6 sees him gaining Danger Sense, which is really cool. And Cat's Grace, as well as Burning Arc.
I am prepared.
Lon. Mythic gets Abundant Key, so he can use his abilities more. Yeah, the first... And, of course, then... Yeah, he gets Key Bow... Yeah, Longbow Specialization and Improved Precise Shots.
Ready for anything.
Then Camellia. She has gained Cure Serious Wounds.
Focus on the goal.
Ember. Protective Luck. And Heroism. Note that this one only lasts for 1 round.
I know what to do.
So it's kind of a, if somebody's in a shit position, try and help, you know, bend it to get them out of it. Mercy Diseased. She can remove diseases now.
Time's not waiting.
Which, yeah. And then Dayrin. Prayer. One of the best goddamn spells. You bring special favor upon you and your allies, bringing disfavor to your enemies. You and each of your allies gain +1 bonus on attack rolls, damage rolls, saves, and skill checks, while each of your foes takes a -1. Note, there's no resisting this. This isn't like Bane. You can't resist this. This just is.
Ready for anything.
Alright, that's everyone leveled up. And I have less HP than the Wizard and Witch. I love it. I am the most fragile person, yet I still don't fall that easily. Alright.
Focus on the goal.
Alright.
I am prepared.
So everyone's leveled up now. Alright. Storyteller. The old elf smiles when he hears your footsteps. Allow me to congratulate you on your victory, and on acquiring mythical powers capable of casting down the strongest of demons. Take a look at this page I got from the Grey Garrison, if you would. The storyteller carefully takes the page from your hands. His fingers touch the ancient leathers gently, examining them lightly, following their lines. I see myself. Young, energetic, able to see. Oh gods, have I found the key to my past? Finally, I will find out what my own mind has been hiding from me. The elf's expression becomes withdrawn. The wrinkles on his face soften. Thank you, Reflem Sorgian, and please, follow me to my story. Let us embark on this journey together. The storyteller inhales sharply a few times and begins his story. They are leaving, the people of Keonan, faced with the coming earthfall, and admitted that they were incapable of handling this disaster. Proud rulers, artful crafters, brave warriors, wise mages, and skilled healers, all of them hurried to the gate of Sovian. Looking around fearfully, a clean, safe world is waiting for them there. My people decided not to fight for Golarion. I am ashamed, and I am sorry for them. Their hearts wavered in the face of catastrophe, but my will is strong. I am staying. Earthfall is the name of the cataclysmic events which a shower of meteorites impacted Golarion in negative 5293. It resulted in the destruction of human empires of Thassilonian and Aslant, which were consumed by earthquakes and massive tidal waves. The creation of the Inner Sea, the cloud of dust thrown up by the Earthfall's impact, settled in Golarion's upper atmosphere and blotted out the sun for 1,000 years, creating the Age of Darkness. My kinfolk are looking at me angrily. How dare I diminish their decision with my recklessness? My choice makes them cowards, traitors of their own home. One of them, my former mentor, looks at me bitterly. He hands me a neat notebook and a tree bark cover. In case you change your mind. With a heavy sigh, he returns to the line of those departing. Forgive me, brothers and sisters. I watch the gate of Soberian close, separating me from them. It's time for me to go too. I open my master's notebook. There are his notes about traveling between worlds. In case you change your mind, he hopes the burden I shouldered voluntarily would be too much. I will lose heart and find my way to Sovereign. That will never happen. My mouth set stubbornly, I tear my master's notebook to pieces. I use my forced pride as a shield against my fear of what is to come. And what happened next? Earthfall happened at night. I am standing at the top of my tower, many miles north of Keonan, and I see a blaze far to the south. I hear a horrendous rubble. The air is groaning, giving way to a huge rock, rushing down on my world. And then a blow. Vibration that penetrates everything, reaching down into the bowels of Golarion and up to the vaults of the sky. Crunching bones, blood from burst vessels filling my eyes with darkness, drowning in timelessness along with countless denizens of Golarion. Never before have we been so united in our feelings. When I come round, the darkness remains. My first terrible thought, I'm blind. But no, little by little I begin to see the stone wall. I am alive. But why is it so dark? The answer is quick, the smell of ash everywhere. The great burnt sacrifice filled the air with incinerated particles of what was recently the continent of Aslant. Great clouds of ash cover the sky, cutting us off from the sun and the moon, dooming us to dusk at day and complete darkness at night. My heart sinks with fear. Treacherous thoughts fill my mind. Why did I stay? Why didn't I run like everyone else when I had the chance? I clench my teeth and stand up to watch Earthfall, proudly, like I was the last Archmage of Keonan should. Will my world really perish like this? Will I perish? No, that will never happen. I am still alive, and I can fight Earthfall in the darkness, not run from it in a blind panic like my kinfolk and my cowardly teacher. But what can I do? I'll not stop the disaster. I will hardly be able to save empires from their destruction. What can I do? I am but one Archmage, powerful and weak at the same time. Well, we looked up what Earthfall is. What was the tower you mentioned? It's my retreat to the north of Keonan, my home away from home, my observatory. From its top I watched the stars, and when they were correctly aligned, the other worlds as well. Here in the northern wastelands I found the highest mountain and built a tower on top of it. On clear days I could see mist over the lake of mist and Bales in the east. That's how high I was. And what are you going to do next? I don't know. I need to think. My opponent, Earthfall, is much stronger than me. Without noticing, the storyteller raises his voice to shout, "It's merciless! It does not simply destroy life, it kills an era, ending the greatness of Galarian civilizations. They will sink into oblivion, be forgotten as if they never existed. I need to think! The elf suddenly winces and is silent for a few moments as he calms his heavy breathing. Forgive me. I shouldn't have raised my voice. This story was much harder than many before it. Most likely because I played the main role in it. It is so strange to see myself, feel the emotions tearing me up inside, those that I felt a long time ago, and not remember them. It's like a split. I became both the storyteller and the main character. Too bad the story ended at that moment. Please, if you find other pages covered with ancient elven writings on your travels, bring them to me. I might be able to shed some light on my past, and we will find out about how my story ended, and perhaps even why I forgot it. Thank you for your stories. Alright. By the way, have you decided to join the crusade? I've decided not to, I'm afraid. My path and the path of the crusade lead in the same direction, but alas, they are not yet one and the same. After the demons were driven away from Canabras, the path into the world wound became open, if only temporarily. I'm planning on using this opportunity to visit... The elf falls silent. It doesn't matter now. I'd hate to bore you with the details of my venture, which may prove useless even for myself. However, I'll try to return to the Crusaders and aid them in their confrontation with the demons after I'm done. I hope to meet you again, in this world rather than the next. I have to get going. I wish you interesting adventures. So, the Crusader Wizard. And hey, Nenio's over here too. I hope we meet Discari and Baphomet soon. I have numerous questions for them. And she would legitimately ask them just questions overall. Yep, everyone's gathered around, so we'll do the outside and then we'll start looking in the tents. Recruit. And looks like there's something here. So let's see. And we'll just, you know, nah, we'll do... Oh, Tirabade's tent. Okay, so this is where Beth's tent is. Okay. Irabeth's tent. Feel free to loot the stuff, because we're just going to be hucking it anyway. Alright.
What a find.
And more goodies. Someone tucked away. Regular Crusader. Commander. Alright. Hello. Commander, what are you doing looking through all this stuff? Don't worry about it, just an inspection. And it's working out. Hey, old brig. Straighten up the arms to your sides, that's it. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, recruits. Finally, a crusade. It's high time we destroyed all the demonic abominations. A horse. Another horse. Alright. Yep, more horses. Hey, an Eagle Watch Crusader. A little different. Examine the campsite of the Eagle Watch. Hey, Ember. Fighters of Eagle Watch, personally, he chose everyone that's standing here and ready to vouch for each of them. Okay, so Erebeth's letting us know she chose some Eagle Watch soldiers. Hey, Ember. Alright. Yeah. Alright. Nura Dendiwar's tent. So, Tirabate. Well, we'll check in Irabeth's tent. Nevia's tent. We're both used to traveling, but the Queen insists our tent, giving us a tent. And yoink. Don't mind me. And this is The Adventures of the Fearless Crusader Briggs. Oh, okay. Alright. So that's one. So, yep. And Nura Dendiwar's tent. Seems she brought that long. And who is... Okay. Whoever Nura is, well, hopefully we'll meet. They're not here, though. Alright. Just cleaning up, don't mind me. You'll find all your possessions back at the merchant, whatever merchant's here. Oh. Ah, there you are, you dashing troublemaker, you. Darren flashes you a self-satisfied smile. Our short acquaintance is coming to an end. Very soon you will depart on your crusade, where you'll scrape by on horrible rations, struggle vainly to fall asleep amidst snoring soldiers, be rudely awoken by the freezing cold, and have to look upon dour faces of self-righteous prigs before you finally perish in the maw of some demon. I have a journey ahead of me, too. I've just rented a sailboat in the south. I've also hired an excellent chef and a host of other entertainments. Well, to each their own, I suppose. Darren pauses, then suddenly adds in a more serious tone. You know, I genuinely am sad to see you go. If it sounds like mockery, forgive me. I cannot switch off my venom gland on a whim, you see. But you intrigue me. If only we could have spent a little more time together. But of course, Darren grimaces. Not under these conditions. Let the Crusaders and the demons have at each other. With any luck, they'll take this entire sanctimonious spectacle down with them. If you feel you don't belong here, then go. But I'd like to see you again someday in the future, to get to know you better. You can throw a banquet for me and to celebrate our victory in Dresden. What do you say? Victory in Dresden! Your optimism is so charming! Darren smirks, then seems to start slightly. He continues on in an even more even tone. Well, should you prove lucky enough to survive, by some miracle, come and find me. Perhaps I shall even remember you. No promises, though. In any case, I intend to wait until the army departs. I do love a good send-off, especially when it is I who is staying, and someone else who is heading off to meet a dreary and hopeless end. Sometimes it does one good to ruminate on the unfairness of life. Well then, farewell, Commander. I assume I shall be your most precious memory on the most disgusting and exhausting road to the pointless slaughter of battle. Or, if not the most precious memory, then at least the most stirring? Darren smirks before instantly losing all interest in you, or at least he pretends to. And he has 2 courtesans with him. Horse. Lots of horses around. Crusaders, Crusaders, Crusaders. Recruits. Land. What are you looking at the sky for? You think winged demons are about to fall on us? Maybe they will. That actually was just like looking at the sky. It's a new thing for him. I tried saying the Knight Commander, the commander that commands knights. Yep. Alright. Crusader. Hey, the actors! Grandma Gretlin, the director. A well-dressed old dwarf is lecturing a motley company, shaking her ladle at them belligerently. Noticing you, she flings up her hands. Good afternoon, your commanderness. Do you remember us? We're the crew from the next door theater company, the one you saved in Canabras, back when you weren't our commander, Nisnet. As you can see, we've come on the campaign with you. We signed up to clean pots and mend the soldiers' clothes, but after keeping up a theater is expensive, so we all have to take side jobs. But we don't stop what we're doing. We're going to put on a play about your legendary feats. Of course, the crowd scenes are difficult. We can't find people to play the hordes of demons, and we decided against using a ritual to summon real demons. Luckily, we have Master Krem. He's invented a way to solve the problem using sound. We got a pig and some piglets who ran away from a burned-out village. The glum and husky half-orc mumbles softly. We put the piglets in a box and scare them a little, and they sound just like an approaching demon horde. But the most important question is, of course, choosing the lead actor who will play the great Knight Commander. We had to write Barney over it, breaking a number of lances as well as a shovel, a rolling pin, and a set of back scratchers. But we just couldn't decide no matter what. Maybe you can help us. We have two candidates that are most suited to the role. One will have the honor of conveying your heroism upon the stage, Commander. I'm to be played by a gnome? Not a gnome, two gnomes. Rumbledum and Harafat are twins. One of them sits on the other's shoulders and puts on a long coat so they play tall characters. They switch places every so often, so each gets their moment of fame, and that way they each only have to learn half of the script. Alright. Wait, is that a Cyclops actor? He's completely tame, believe me. He has a few issues with articulation, but what a powerful physique. We make him a nice costume, wash him up, brush his hair. Truth be told, in our show, you mainly just make short, heroic exclamations at the fateful moment, like "Onward! We'll never give up!" or "My heart burns with courage." Lambkin can definitely handle the script. You know what? Why not? The Cyclops or the Gnome Twins? Any preference, chat? This one is completely frivolous, so which way do you think? I kind of want to go with the Cyclops. Just because I think it's funnier. And it paints a bit more of a dramatic thing if we're portrayed as a Cyclops, right? I mean, the problems with depth of perception aside. Yeah. Sure. I mean, Lambkin is... Yeah, I'm gonna go with Lambkin. The Cyclops. Wonderful. Sorry we took you away from all the important heroes and commanders do. We're off to rehearsal. I mean, first we'll wash some pots, then we're off to a rehearsal. Let's go, you lazy lumps. Don't embarrass an old grandma now. Let them play. Alright. Let's see. Recruits. Hey! A group of soldiers is talking loudly, laughing joyfully, and passing around a flask. So picture this. My sword is by the fire, and there's 2 goblins about to snatch it. And 3 more are digging through my tent. And I'm sat in the bushes, wearing just my mail shirt, wondering what the blast to do. An old mercenary taught me about the mail shirt. You can't sleep in armor, but it's not so bad in mail once you get used to it. Too bad no one told me to go into bushes without my sword. So what did you do? What did I do? I barked like crazy. Goblins are afraid of dogs, you know. So they went all wild and started running around. I spot my sword, and they spot me. So I jump over the fire, wearing nothing but my mail shirt, and I grab my sword and I yell in my big tub voice, "Oh, Inheritor, grant me the power to crush these filthy creatures." My sword's shining, the goblins are screaming, I jump to attack them and they fight back, but I fought them off somehow. But ever since then, I never take a step without my weapon. Sela takes a sip from the flask. That's some story. Hey, stop! Stop gulping! Leave some for the rest of us! We've only just set off and you're already drinking? And with the Queen in camp? Stop this at once! The knights quickly snap to attention. Sela raises the flask and says loudly, "Right you are, Commander Tirabade. We are but drinking to the Queen's health." Give me a sip too. To Her Majesty's health. Erebeth rubs her head and palm her hand. "Commander, are you sure this is the right way to train your soldier?" "Never mind. It's your business." "Alright, Sela, I pulled your ass out of the fire this time." Yep. Yeah. Let's see. What else is here? Eagle Watch. Recruits from Narasoin. Majesty brought for capital. Too bad we're only recruits. But that's alright, we'll bring them up to speed. Yep. Got some extra recruits. And the field medic. A good place to check out. After all, an unfortunate number of people will probably be here. Visali Rathamus. And, okay, yeah, the healer from the... Okay, so it's the same healer. And Camillia's here. Interesting. Still. Alright. So Camillia's going to be hiding in the medical tent. And more Crusaders. The chapel tent. Alright. Looks like there's Canibus Knights. Okay. So these are all the knights who... These are all the remaining knights from Canibus. Canabras. However you want to pronounce it. Tend to be used as our chapel. Even the less pious crusader will come here to pray. Yeah. Torag, the father... Okay, and for Torag, for those who follow Serene. Desna, the great dreamer. Aristil. Iomede. And, yeah. So, all the places for those who wish to pray. Of course, we're a follower of Gozra, the god, the god/goddess of wind and water. So naturally, we're out and out in prayer, just right out here. All right. And these two. All right. So now, Crusader, Wilser Garms, and Horgus Gwyrm. Yes, 3 trivia. Now answer my question. Where are the male shirts? According to paperwork, we're supposed to have 50. I personally deposit the money for the sale, them in the arms treasury. Journal, and of course. And why are the hardtack in the barrels supposed to be filled with corned beef? I demand a... Wilser Garms, Camp Quartermaster, at your service. How may I help you? Tell me about yourself, my man. Quartermaster looked away sheepishly. There isn't much to tell, really. I was born in Canabras in a humble family. Got an education, taught myself to read and write. Got drafted into the army, spent 3 years as a shield bearer, the first line. I left after I did my time and joined the Stonemasons Guild. Then moved on to shipwrights and rose to a crew chief. Sailed to Eobriera twice and returned with goods. Made some money, built a house, but I haven't started the family yet. Think I will after we are done with this war. Thank you for raising the death flag. But a few years ago, something started gnawing at me. I got this feeling like I needed to go home, that there was a storm headed for my native city, and when there's trouble in Mendev, there's only one thing to do. You go to the recruiter and sign up for the army, and so I did. First they wanted to make me an infantry sergeant, but then I decided I'd be a better fit in the supply department. I can take care of army property, and I'm pretty handy around a warehouse. Not to mention I know how to manage a band of helpers, and so that's how I became a quartermaster. Wilson gives you a shy smile and shrugs as if it were a wholly remarkable story typical of any crusader. Well, show me what you got. He does have some really damn good stuff. Let's see. Double Jeopardy, the Great Club. Whenever this wielder of this +2 Great Club lands a hit against a new target for the first time, and the next successful attack against the target deals an additional 2d6 damage. Painful Remorse, the Heavy Shield. Whenever the wielder of this +2 spiked heavy shield uses it for a shield bash, it behaves like a vicious weapon, dealing an extra 2d6 damage to the opponent and 1d6 of damage to the wielder. Flowing Scales. +2 scale mail gives the attacks against the aware 10% chance to miss due to concealment. Just +1 daggers of various kinds. And composite, +1 composite longbows, yeah. +1 shields, yeah. You can see where he's got a lot of good stuff. A ring of protection, +2. Lesser gloves of dueling. +1 to disarm attacks. If the weapon's weapon training, weapon gives bonus increases by 1. So that's good for our fighters. Let's see. Yeah, adamantine, mithril breastplate, mithril chainmail, blade of order. Yeah, there's a ton. Wide sweep. Love this. +2 scythe lands a hit. It deals 2d4 points of slashing damage to all adjacent enemies. There is some disgustingly good stuff here. Yeah. Amulet of Mighty Fists. +1 to damage, attack and damage on unarmed attacks and natural weapons. A crap ton of alcohol. And some sawtooth sabers. So yeah, lots of goodies he's got. More importantly though, let's clean out our inventory. Let's add to it. What, did you raid every single corpse you could find in the place? Yep. Alright. Alright. Just clearing out at least the heaviest non-magical stuff. We'll start with that. Alright. So, yeah, that's the start of it. Now for books. Wand of Remove Disease, gonna keep that. Okay, alcohol. Yep. No, I know, this is the boring part. All the stuff that... Why doesn't the cheese mix? Don't know. Okay. Coffee cup. Yep, anything that isn't a reagent or spell material, I'll sell. I do wish this game had one, like a junk system to tell, but oh well. Onions. Oh, God. Oh, God, just make me think of it. Okay, you know what? It's late at night. No one else will know. I was cleaning out my fridge earlier today, and as I reached the back, I noticed there's something weird in my fridge. I look back, and I'd had an onion in there so long, it actually started to sprout in my fridge. I didn't even know it was back there, and I just found it. I just started laughing, going, "Oh God, that is so embarrassing." All right, scribe's kit, silver spoon, silver powder, severed head. We keep getting those. Where the hell are they coming from? I'm not picking them up. All right. There we go. We have finally cleaned up our inventory. And that puts us at 37,000 gold. 37,000. So let's see. Ring of Protection +2. That's always welcome. The Gloves of Dueling. Okay, that's for Calren. Yeah. Armor. The +1. Oh, we've been pretty good so far. Weaponry. No, I kind of like my... Yeah. Let's see. Okay, well, we'll take those. Start with that.
I know what to do.
So I can move my Ring of Protection to +2. Then Calren gets the gloves. So +13 should move it up to +14. Yep. Because scythes are one of her specialties, and yeah. That is really goddamn good. Okay. Half plate. This is just +1. Half plate of vigor. Oh, extra con. Yeah, gets her some extra HP. Absolutely. Alright. Alright. Yep. So we'll give... She doesn't have one, right? Yeah. Ring of Protection. So that puts her AC up to 25. Alright. Never underestimate a basic fighter, man. Alright.
No mistakes.
Alright. Orgisk Worm. And now... Hey, Woljip. Does the people keep her waiting? I don't, but I know better than to find out. Jernog. Good day. Do you remember me? I'm Jernog. We spoke in the Defender's Heart. So you're commander of the Crusade now. Air still knows it's hard to imagine someone worthier of taking up the post than the savior of Canabras. May the good gods help you prevail. Did you join the Crusade? Don't take it amiss, but no, I haven't. I have my own task. I'm needed in Chili Creek, a tiny hamlet. Okay. Yep. Okay, so yeah, that's the guy who's going to... Alright. Alright. And with that, we've walked along the entire base. Alright. Yeah, that's everyone. Yep. So all that's left is to speak to the woman herself. Real quick, though. Any more scrolls I picked up to teach? Yeah. Copy of them in the spell book. After all, teaching these guys as many of these spells as possible is going to just help us in the long run. Alright. The more spells any wizard knows, the better off your life is. Alright. Perfect. And the rest of the scrolls we can sell eventually.
Time's not waiting.
And we've gone over everyone's levels, we've gone over talking with everyone. Alright. Let's go speak to the queen. Leoter Hawkblade. The queen herself. And of course, Sociel. And Nura. Okay, so this is Nura. Alright. Well, naturally, we'll speak with the queen first. The queen greets you with a stare. She has dropped the pompous air with which she announced the Fifth Crusade. The face of the ruler of Mendev appears calm and thoughtful. She has made her move and now awaits her opponent's reply.
Commander, I'm satisfied with the troop review, but I do not expect they will be sufficient for the task. You will have to prove yourself a shrewd leader and hire the necessary troops with the provided funds. I have chosen a target for your campaign, and that target is Dresden, our lost outpost within the World Wound. The Sword of Valor was kept there, a banner that was once carried by Iomade herself. Our greatest relic was lost when the city fell. I should make one thing clear from the start. The Sword of Valor is no mere symbol, but a powerful weapon against demons. The holiness of the banner weakens them and robs them of one of their most dangerous abilities, teleportation.
Okay, so we get the sword. We get the chant they can't teleport freely anymore.
A forced march to Dresden awaits you. The Sword of Valor is kept somewhere within the Citadel. The demons probably think it's a hunting trophy. Its recovery is just as important as retaking the city itself. I hope the task is clear. I'm sending 2 specialists to help you, along with the soldiers. A historian, Nura Denduar, and a cleric, Soziel Danik.
The queen nods to the human man and the young halfling woman standing next to her.
One of the famous inquisitors of the Church of Iomade also wants to talk to you. The Honorable Leota, whom everyone calls Hawkblade.
I do not wish to keep you, Commander. The matter I must discuss with you is extremely important, but it is not directly related to the Crusade. You no doubt wish to meet your new comrades and speak with Her Majesty. Therefore, I shall leave you now, but I ask that you seek me out in the camp at your earliest convenience.
Of course.
Hi! Listen, it's amazing here. It's like I'm in a ballad. There's knights in shining armor, deadly dangers, glorious feats. We are going to show those demons! I'm so tired of sitting in a library reading books about history. It's time I took part in it!
Aren't you chipper?
I'm glad to help our cause, Commander. If you have some time later, I'd like to speak with you further.
You'll have plenty of time to talk. You're the Knight Commander's people now, her trusted advisors and companions. Now then, will you please leave us? Irabeth, you can go too.
I have some questions about my mission to retake Dresden.
Of course. I shall answer.
What forces are at my disposal exactly?
Everyone we saw today at the parade. First among them, the Eagle Watch, who remain a powerful force thanks to Irabeth's resourcefulness. Also marching with you are several minor knightly orders, as the minor volunteer units like to be called. And finally, I have personally selected some recruits from Neurosian. They have little in the way of battle experience, but great determination and a thirst to prove themselves. I've always thought that an army benefits from at least one such unit.
If nothing else, it invigorates the others to try and protect the new ones. Yeah.
These forces, as I said, are not enough for a march on Dresden. You will have to hire additional troops with the funds that have been provided to you. But for a brave commander, and I hope you are one, that is just the beginning. If you retake Dresden, recover the holy power of the Sword of Valor, and gain a foothold in the region, then new armies will join under your banner. The Fifth Crusade is only beginning. Many battles and victories lie ahead.
It's been decades and no one has managed to retake the city. Why do you think we're different?
We have a chance now that we haven't seen in decades. But it's more than that. You created this chance for us by foiling the demon's plans in Canabris. The army who attacked the city came straight from Dresden. Demon hordes from the Abyss are usually encamped there, but many of them perished on the streets of Canabris.
Ah, so they overextended and we managed to cut off their hand. So there's a gap now.
We must attack swiftly before they can restore their forces. When the city is free and the Sword of Valor appears before our soldiers, they won't be sending in any more reinforcements. Demons cannot teleport into an area protected by the banner of the goddess.
Alright. Understandable. And what do you know about long-term goals? Do you know how to get rid of the world wound forever?
Now you are talking like a real knight commander. However, answering your question is not easy. To win this war, we must bar the demon's way. There are a few planar rifts leading to the Abyss across the territory we call the World Wound. The best specialists we could find have tried to close them on separate occasions, with no success, as you may have guessed. The World Wound is more than just a chain of portals to the Abyss. We do not understand its nature yet. The methods of rift closure known to magical science simply do not work here. However, we have a hypothesis, and a rather well-grounded one, that we must begin at the source of the problem, the place where the World Wound was opened.
Okay, so it's one of those cases where it's open as... It's already open, so the only way is you have to cut it at the source because otherwise it's powering the others.
The main rift lies through the city of Iz and the Threshold Fortress, deep in the former lands of Socorus. We have never managed to fight our way so far and gain a foothold to allow the mages to explore the origins of the World Wound. So, the next step, after you succeed in Dresden, is an offensive push deeper into the World Wound, with the aim of reaching Threshold, the very threshold of the Abyss.
Okay, understandable. I have no more questions.
Wonderful.
You should know, I received an unusual gift in the caves beneath Canabris. In a vision, I saw the death of an angel called Laria. Somehow, he was able to grant me the ability to reveal the light of heaven.
Lariel. I knew him. He disappeared shortly before the World Wound grew, and Dresden fell into the enemy's hands. In the chaos, we had more important concerns than investigating the fate of a single angel. Even one so righteous and beloved as Lariel. And afterward, matters took a turn for the worse. The angels left us to go on their special mission. It is so strange to hear the names I used to hear when I was young, like getting a message from the past. It is sad news, but it brings me back to the times when we strongly believed in our victory, and we rushed headlong toward it without fear. Could it be that such times have come again?
And speaking of angels, did you know that the souls of angels from heaven are confined in the Wardstone?
I had guessed as much. Many angels fought alongside us in the First Crusade. Heaven was unable to mobilize its full might to aid us, but individual celestials volunteered to fight for our cause. Then one day, they all vanished, saying that they were setting off on an important mission. Not long after, Iomede's herald erected the first wardstone in Canobris, and then the others in cities across Mendev. Even back then, I had nagging doubts, but my faith in Iomede easily assuaged them. It is for us to serve the goddess, after all, not to question her works.
Convenient.
Nevertheless, I am pleased that you solved the mystery of the Wardstone in Kenobris, and were able to save this gift of Iomade. It was a deed worthy of a Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade.
And what are you going to be doing?
Overlooking a spot of insubordination just at the moment. However, I shall answer you. I shall prepare the defenses at Nerosian and all the other border cities and plan the future of the Fifth Crusade. Does that satisfy your curiosity, Knight Commander?
So, we could go for the... We could request her to join us in the camp. The Dresden campaign is the hope of the crusade, and the blessing of Iomade you carry may be the decisive in this battle. No. Well, thank you for your reply.
Of course.
From there, we make sense.
Splendid. Ah, yes. We have one final matter to attend to. It should be rather enjoyable.
Oh.
Count, there you are. You received my instruction?
I did, though I did not have time to read the thing before I was dragged before your majesty. In truth, I was readying myself to depart.
No matter. I trust you will forgive your sovereign for the rather brusque summons, especially when you learn what prompted it. As you are aware, she has recently been appointed my Knight Commander of the Fifth Crusade. I spent a long while pondering whom to appoint to the highly sensitive post of Commander's Field Attaché and Advisor Plenipotentiary without portfolio. Congratulations, Count.
It is a great honor, I suppose.
Darren's cool expression wavers, but he seems not to fully cognizant of what has happened. That, or he's holding himself tightly in check. What a wonderful gesture, Your Majesty. I imagine our dear Count would have been inconsolable if you hadn't given him this chance to serve the common cause.
I knew you would approve, Commander.
The Queen bestows a smile on you, then brings her gaze to rest on Darren once more.
I had my doubts about whether you were ready for such a responsibility, Count, but your conduct in Kenobris has put my mind at ease. So, you will travel with the troops to Dresden. Only the commander may remove you from your post, but I trust that you will dutifully fulfill her orders and make a good showing of yourself. Especially since word of your appointment, Count, will reach the court at any moment. All of Mendev's nobility will be following your successes in service to the nation.
She is enjoying this so much.
Admirers. I even heard that one bard with whom you are particularly friendly has already begun composing a ballad to honor your heroic participation in the crusade and your faithful service to the commander here.
Yep. You got played. Oh.
There's no bounds, dear cousin. I am most gratified by the honor you have shown me.
Then let's get going. May Iomade help us.
So there. She loves it. She got to twist the knife as he is now stuck with us. And with that, we now have... Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm looting my own room just so I can put it all in the chest, basically. Put anything in the chest. Game. Oh, I hit the... Okay. Okay. Alright, Anivia. Anivia sweeps an inquisitive glance over you. So, tell me straight, how'd that brawl at the Great Garrison end? I heard rumors, of course. That's kind of my job, you know, to listen. You've no idea what cobblers the Crusaders say about you. Some say that Iomade came down to you and appointed you her herald. Others say you died and an honest-to-God angel is now leading the army disguised as you. Still others say it was just an explosion at an alchemist's lab, and I'm the one spreading rumors about your powers. I wish! But you know, you really have changed since the Great Garrison. It's hard to describe. You become kinda... Uh, more... more charismatic? More dangerous. I have a gut instinct about these things. If I didn't, I'd already be dead. You're dangerous, Commander. And by Desna, I hope you'll be dangerous to our enemies and not to us. Or yourself. Alright. So, Commander's chest. Basically your storage for anything you really don't want to throw away. Largely I'm going to do enchanted weapons till I decide what I'm going to do with them. Yeah. So that all can get sold. Okay. And now... Thankfully it's not a headlong dash. Yep. Well, somebody cast a spell. Hey, Erebeth. Commander, allow me to say something. Erebeth looks even more serious than usual. Before you, this wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some of us it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing, but I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anivia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that, she says with a snap of her fingers. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been hoping for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war. In spite of everything, deliver us a victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what others could not. Alright. I found that, by the way, while we were in there, I found this scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. Erebeth looks down. The scabbard held the solemn hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hope to redeem Solemn Hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea where to look. It seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anivia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail. It's a private matter. Suffice to say everything's fine now. The treatment was costly, but worth it. Yeah, you had an order's coffer at your disposal. Erebeth lovingly traces the name imprinted on silver in the scabbard's leather. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the solemn hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back, thank you. So it turns out the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. As for counterintelligence, Anivia and I were tasked with keeping an eye on your inner circle, but you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. Alright. We do need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? Okay. So we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to recruit, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare even 7,500 gold coins, I can see to our reinforcements. Alright. It's going to take some funding out of our own pockets, but damn it, it's going to be worth it. Alright. By the way, you do have the Prestidigitator. Erebeth, what is this thing doing in our camp? Since they were blessed with this shiny chatterbox, may Sheila. There have been 16 attempted thefts, 2 by those I entrusted protecting it. No, so the 2 soldiers she gave it to tried to steal it. Okay. So, if you want to change the color of your armor or something, or make it look different, yeah. So, yeah. If you want to make a weapon look different, so like here, an axe. But yeah.
Ready for anything.
Just little detail flourishes. Alright. Hey, Ember. Ember is bobbing her head and humming a tune. She greets you with a carefree, cheerful smile. Her wandering eyes linger on you for just a moment before darting off into the distance again. How are you handling your new abilities? Abilities? What are you talking about? Oh, the tricks you learned when the big gray house blew up? They're funny! Thanks for teaching them to me. Alright, so nothing new there. Let's see. Nenio. Ah, girl, there you are. Very good, just in time. You'll be delighted to know that I need you for an experiment. So, the great garrison stands roofless, demons are running for the hills, with their tails between their legs, Mendev's queen, what was her name? It's on the tip of my... Ah, yes, Gelfrey, is scurrying to and fro, and all this is somehow connected to you, my loyal follower. Thus far, there is no scientific evidence of your exceptionality, if one discounts blind faith and divine intervention, which I do. We, people of science, refuse to believe in the inexplicable without any proof. We are the ones who explain the inexplicable. Niniel punctuates her statement with an energetic sweep of her arm. And therefore, open your mouth. Say ah for me. Ah. Niniel peers into your mouth with a practiced eye. Alright, your throat's fine, your tongue looks perfectly normal, your breath... The smell is in line with the regular functioning of the digestive system. Now for your teeth, she sticks one hand in your mouth and probes each of your teeth in turn with the skill of a seasoned dentist. No detectable alterations. By the way, did you know that many individuals, while being wholly civilized, representatives of their race, still have an amazingly powerful bite? As if suddenly recalling something, Nennial promptly pulls her hand out of your mouth. Are you really trying to find this correlation between fang length and civility? Nennial seems slightly embarrassed. For the good of science, I look for correlations everywhere and everything. How can you prove there's no correlation if you don't bother to look for one? Moving on. Alright, what do we have next? Ears! Let's check your hearing. Testing! Nennial yells in your ear and nods in satisfaction as she observes your reaction. Your hearing is fine, was fine, but don't worry, it's scientifically proven that it should return to normal soon. Next, Nennial circles you. Eyes are clear, posture is satisfactory. Limb length is standard, no lice. She stops, rubs her chin in contemplation, and in a slightly dejected tone says, Girl, you are the picture of health. It's a pity. I was expecting to find some anomaly. Well, now let's assess your mental state. Imagine a hypothetical situation. You are a tree. 2 squirrels have found their way into your hollow, and are now copulating there. What do you do? I'll do precisely nothing, because I am a tree. An unconscious act of withdrawal along with a lack of trust in your own abilities, or perhaps just a healthy dose of pragmatism? On the next question, another hypothetical situation. You are a tomato. You have just been picked from the vegetable patch and put into a crate. You know that today the cook will use half the tomatoes from your crate to make soup. What do you do? Going Claire Crusader build. Ah, man. Yeah, I don't know. I enjoy being the spontaneous caster myself, so I try to dig deeper into the crate. An unconscious act of rejecting the unspoken rules and laws underpinning the functioning of the universe. Yes, it is all quite clear to me. Rejecting universal rules and behavioral norms, along with a distinct unwillingness to take a firm position on the choice between good and evil. There is something of a trickster in you. On that note, I deem this experiment a complete. Thank you for your participation. Linear looks at you pensively and then gestures a wide sweep of her arm. And yet you remain a puzzle to me. I love puzzles. One of these days I will solve you completely. Unless I forget. No, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. Alright, now I have to go. Have fun, Nenio. Well, it's just for the context and the game balance methods, as far as I can tell. Let's see. Alright, Lan, how you doing? What did you think of what happened in the Grey Garrison? Did you feel a change in yourself? It's hard not to notice when the demons start running away from you like a flock of frightened bats. Powers granted by Iomede to defeat demons. Lan raises his hand above his head pensively, scratches behind his single horn. Since I was a kid, I've taken whatever I've been given and used it the best I can. Anything goes when you're trying to survive. It doesn't matter where your blessings come from. We can think about that when we're old, if we live that long. But you know, this time, I'm not so sure. A divine power that just appears out of nowhere? Sooner or later, we'll have to pay for it. I'd like to know what the price would be. Thanks. So yeah. Alright. They're all actors preparing. Jenna Aldori. Elon, recruit. Curl. Yep. Let's see. Darren, how you holding up? So, how do you like your new role, advisor? Darren winces. You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it, me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face. This idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws? I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstress and Pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Keonan wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you all for this. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me, and I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door and plot my revenge. By the way, did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomede, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea that our divine lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on the many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving, the truth about the test of the Starstone, is tamest one by far. Always pick your voices carefully. Alright. So Darren, the healing tank, is there. And Forn, what are you doing here? The elf before you casually rests his bandaged arm on the weapon on his side. He bows his head with dignity. I congratulate you on your new rank, Commander. My hunt demanded that I travel with your army. Naturally, I won't burden your forces with the need to care for an outsider. I provided myself with all the necessities. I'd like to know more about you. No, never mind. I already remember much of him and the drow he's hunting. Vasily. A stout old man with a fuzzy gray beard greets you with a deep bow. Well met, Commander. You've caused quite the stir. Everyone thought Canobris was done for, but the gods had other plans. That was quite a blaze over at the Grey Garrison. All the vermin running out with their tails between their legs. How did you end up on the battlefield anyway? Everyone here has a story like that, but mine is a rather boring one. Believe it or not, it was bureaucracy. When the old rector of the Canobris Temple died, may Abdar rest his soul, the church required a replacement. I volunteered and served for 30 years without incident. I prayed, organized festivals and funerals, bought candles, sanctified water, boring, mundane things that make up the daily routine of civilized society. But then civilized society failed, and it was time for me to go to war. Praise Abdar, who led me through the ruins to the Defender's heart. Alright. And he's selling more scrolls. Who is the boy with you, anyway? Kyato the Shepherd. Okay. Alright. Speaking, how you doing, Kyato? Still anxious. They'll get through it. Let's see. Darren. Alright. So then... Sociel. One of our newest advisors.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me.
A young cleric stands before an easel, his brush hovering over the canvas without touching. Instead of painting, the young man absentmindedly gazes at the sky of Canobris, which is still streaked with towering plumes of black smoke. Finally, he notices you and smiles, shaking off his stupor.
It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned in with a rainbow-tailed bird, the symbol of Shaylin. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple, men and women, young and old. They all gaze back at you with radiant happiness and joy in their serene eyes.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help and then... they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them. Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on my way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canobris, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple. I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with those you love. Today you're together, but who knows what tomorrow will bring.
You're right. I took their company for granted and never even imagined that they might just disappear in the blink of an eye. So many words left unspoken. Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
Oh, yeah. And you wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canobris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort. I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
It was nice meeting you. Now I have to go.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
So, another place to go, and another party member, Sociel. Level 6. He is, of course, a neutral good, I believe, paladin? A cleric. So, he is a cleric. Let's see, abilities. What am I thinking of? Yeah, he's another good healer. Good domain. Yeah, bit of luck. Yeah. Armor proficiency. Extra channels. And skill.
I
Yep.
am prepared.
So that's Socio. Alright. And then the other man we were told to meet with, Leoder Hawkblade. Commander, a tall man with piercing yellow-green eyes gives you a brief nod. Let me personally congratulate you on your new title and thank you for your time in advance. I am Leoder Hawkblade, an Inquisitor of the Church of Iomede, bringer of light. I require your assistance in a certain delicate matter involving one of your companions, young Count Darin Arende. What brings you here? I ask you to assist the Church of Iomede in an investigation of the most importance. I understand that the leader of the crusade has plenty of other matters to attend to, but please allow me to tell you the details. Perhaps it will explain why I'm calling upon you. The Inquisitor's open face instantly reveals his feeling. He frowns and looks through you, lost in thoughts for a moment. I suppose you've already heard about Count Arende's story. I refer to the tragedy of Heaven's Edge Estate. You're going to investigate this old case again, aren't you? Yes, I am. I have several reasons to doubt widely shared account of what exactly happened at the estate and how it happened. You see, Commander, I was among those sent to examine the estate after the incident. I saw everything with my own eyes, and I still remember it clearly, even though it feels like it happened a lifetime ago. Heaven's Edge was a unique place that still carried the spirit of old Mendev before the World Wound. And yet, on that day, it turned into a labyrinthine house of horrors, like something only seen in our nightmares. Apologies for the digression. I want to tell you about my suspicions. Everything about the incident seemed odd. Why was the only person left alive a young boy with a newfound talent for divine magic? Why did nobody send to Canabras for help, even though the agony spanned many hours? We found the demons dead with their heads cut off. When we got into the estate, how were they defeated? How did the disease kill even the paladins present at the estate who are said to be immune to any disease? If the demons had found a way to penetrate the Holy Warrior's defenses, why has this never been repeated since the tragedy at Heaven's Edge? You are the only person who can help me here, Commander, because the only living witness to those events is currently serving in your army. Your army's route will take you near the very site of tragedy. Heaven's Edge has been abandoned and sealed with potent magic throughout all these years, and only the Count has the power to break that seal. He is unlikely to invite an Inquisitor inside, and in any case, he wouldn't like me sniffing around his family seat. But if you, as his commander, express your wish to visit the estate, he will be obliged to fulfill it, and I will simply follow you as one of your attendants. There are 100 ways, 1,000 paths, and myriad loopholes in human lives that forces of evil can use to their advantage. I'm not sure which of those led to the demons to the gates of Heaven's Edge, but I do know it wasn't a simple raid, the kind Crusaders face every day. That incident involved a significantly more powerful entity, and that is why I'm asking for your help. We cannot be sure that such a tragedy will not happen again until we uncover the truth. And did you question Darren himself? I did, but the Count insisted he couldn't remember anything about the incident due to severe shock. He saw the demons at the very beginning when they appeared at the celebration to announce the onset of the plague and mock their victims. He also witnessed the death of his mother, Countess Ciliana. That was all he would tell me. We found the young count sleeping like a log on the floor in one of the rear chambers, having drunk about half the family wine cellar all by himself. There is no reason to disbelieve him on that matter. So you suspect Darren is hiding something, that he is to blame for the tragedy? I deliberately refuse to entertain any theories or suspicions so that it doesn't affect the investigation. There is a saying among my colleagues that suspicion is the mother of prejudice, and prejudice is married to failure. I can only tell you that Count Arende wasn't suffering from demonic possession, the most common malaise in our country at the time. Prelate Holoran himself examined the boy right after the tragedy and didn't sense anything awry with him. Fine, I will help you. What do you need me to do? The other bows his head with the exceptional reverence. Thank you, Commander. Now I ask you to speak to the Count and tell him you wish to see Heaven's Edge. Please do not inform him of my presence right away. I will join your escort when it's time to travel to the estate. When we get there, I will also require your help during the investigation. You will have to follow me, observing my actions as an independent witness. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. I will remain here for a while. Tell me more about yourself, Inquisitor. I want to know who I'm dealing with. I am Ulfrin by birth, and I have lived in Mendev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorham, but I have never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth, and could easily best most of my peers, but I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victory is bland on its own. Purpose adds flavor to war. I can't say that I have always been a faithful sword of Ayamede. Back in the mercenary days, fate brought me the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among the Crusaders, fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms, and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I had been seeking my whole life: purpose and faith. That is how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I've never regretted the decision. By the way, are you one of Prelate Holrun's followers? Huh. The other's face freezes for a moment, but he nods. Yes, of course. This may be a lawful action, but we will be honest about it. Are you aware that it was I who killed them? Lowe's face proclaims his time. No, I wasn't aware. Why are you revealing this to an Inquisitor and so calmly? That's a surprisingly bold move. Bewildered, he is at a loss for words. How did it happen? I wanted to protect the priest of Desna. He deemed a traitor, and he threatened with execution. I'll have to confirm your testimony when I finish investigating the Count's case, but knowing that the revered Holrun and his attitude towards Desnans all too well, I also know that is true. The news is hard to accept. Why did I leave Canabras right when everyone needed me the most? Perhaps I could have protected the people and prevented my brethren from making fatal mistakes that led to such an ignominious end. Better to be honest with the man. He deserves to know the truth. Blacksmith? Your generic blacksmith just has yeah. No plus ones, no magicals. This guy just sells you the basics.
I know what to do.
Mysterious elf. You would get... I saw you talking to a girl hiding her face. Who was she and what did she want? I don't know, Commander. She never introduced herself, but I bet she's not part of our army. I know all our soldiers by name and by sight. Wilser frowns gloomily. cordiality gone in an instant. She was looking for some elf volunteer, wanted to know which tent he was sleeping in. At first I thought she was a messenger from Mendev. She definitely wasn't one of us, but now I see it all looks mighty shifty. The Corps Master eyes you with a concern. She was some sort of spy then. You know, your supply would do any wine shop proud. Does the Crusade really need that much alcohol? Don't think I'm trying to encourage drunkenness among Crusade. It's all in good fun. Way to blow off steam. Yep. Alright. And what do the soldiers think of their new commander, anyway? Tell tales you're a new power, but they don't shy away from talking about you as a person, too. Soldiers are like that. Yep. So, talking shit, the usual. Nothing too major. And how about you, Woljif? Hey, Chief, want to talk? What do you think of my new powers? Woljif pauses to think, rubbing his chin. You mean what you did back there? I have a few ideas. We could send you to a Pitax underground arena to fight. Give you a scary name, like Swift Sting or something like that. Give you a great cover story. Enemies burn down your house, you're avenging your dead family. The public eats that stuff up. You'll wear a shiny, eye-catching outfit, or a black one if you like black better. We'll split the prize money 60-40. 60 for me, of course. You know arranging fights isn't easy. Those people are tough. I'll be taking more risks than you. And after we set up in Pitax, we'll tour different cities, make some real money. What, you don't like the sound of it? Basically, he's looking to run off and hide from all this. Any other suggestions? Woljif grins, his yellow eyes lighting up. I got one more. Have you heard of Razmarin? Realm known as Razmarin was once another turbulent, violent river kingdom. The Archduchy of Melkat, where leadership changed often as the years. This ended in 461, when the land was conquered by Razmir, a tyrant claiming to have ascended to godhood. It's some land in the River Kingdom ruled by King Razmir. A friend of mine used to live in Razmaran. He got out of there as fast as he could. Long story short, King Razmir, if theirs is a god, he keeps people under his heel. They're all terrified of what he might do. He sits on the throne wearing some white mask, giving power to anyone. Come and take power from me, he says, so long as you believe in me. Woljif quickly checks no one's eavesdrop. But that friend of mine, the one who fled, has a half-sister on his old man's side who's a cook in the castle, and a washerwoman who the cook plays cards with in the evenings, told her a juicy rumor. Word is, Razmir isn't a real god at all, and he's got no powers. So here's my point. You do have powers, pretty scary ones too. We'll find some shabby little kingdom. I'll start some rumors, you'll show off a few tricks to wow the locals, and that's it. We'll make you a deity. But first I just want to put it in writing that I'll be your chief advisor. I'm not doing anything just on the nod. I've been in there. People promise you mountains of gold, and then it comes time to it, they're all, get lost or I'll set the dogs on you. So how do you like the idea? It's a great idea. We'll get to work on it as soon as we get out of this mess. Woljif rubs his hand pleased. I'm gonna make you such a legend, you'll love it. A survivor in Canabras, become a goddess. We'll make you a cult that'll put Iomedes to shame. In the meantime, you can think about what you want on your coins. And my insurance, don't forget to write the declaration making me your chief advisor. He's just looking for the next scam. Hey, Worm. Horgus Worm has been expecting you, thumb stuck in his belt. There you are, I've been waiting. As you see, I too have joined the crusade. I don't know how to swing a sword, but war is costly. And I have money. Besides, my intellect and business sense may prove useful even on the battlefield. Besides, I believe... Horgus shifts awkwardly from foot to foot. I believe I owe you an apology. The way I was behaved was rude, ill-mannered. You are an honest and honorable person. You have clawed your way up from the bottom of society to the title of Knight Commander. And you are friends with Queen Galfrey herself. Such persistence deserves respect. Orgus tilts his head in a brief acknowledgement of merits. Please allow me to give you this magic amulet from my humble personal treasury to mark our future cooperation. So why have you decided to support the Crusades now? With all due respect, that's none of your business. I have my reasons. Perhaps I felt a rush of patriotism when Canabras was destroyed. Anyway, why would you think I never supported the Crusades? Perhaps I simply don't like to brag about my donations. Ostentatious charity only attracts beggars. I'd wager that Irabeth has no idea whose money she's spending on drinks and supplies. Alright. So yeah, he's one of the people bankrolling us, and of course, not far is dear daughter. Greetings. What do you think of the powers you received from me? Camilla shrugs nonchalantly. People of noble descent grow accustomed to ample opportunity. The powers I received from you are useful, but I see no point in treating them with excessive piety. Alright. So as with everything, she's just kind of neutral on it. Ah, Hylor. If you want to add more mercenaries and custom characters, this is the man to talk to. Alright. Let's go speak to Nura again. Now we'll be able to get some more information on who she is actually. Knight Commander, how can I help? There's just so much to do. Just ask. Nura looks at you with eyes filled with enthusiasm. She's holding a notebook and a traveler's inkwell. You've probably heard about the... Tell me about yourself. Oh my, I could tell you so many amazing things, and you choose the most boring one of all. But alright, about myself from... Where are you from? Isker, a small piece of land that proudly calls itself a country, though it hasn't been independent for a single day in all the centuries it's existed. They have a lot of national pride, but it's all of it's borrowed. They always look so great, day where they can at last be free from the rule of Chelix. The Iskari love talking politics. If two of them start bargaining over beets at the market, you can be sure they'll end up arguing about whether an independent Isker will be a monarchy or a republic. I've always found it funny to listen to, and a little disgusting. You see, there are a lot of us halflings in the country, but very few citizens. Most are slaves. I was lucky. I've always been clever, ever since I was little, so they sent me to school instead of making me do grunt work. They taught me to count and write, and I was sold to as a secretary to Lord Axelar Tresbut. He's the one I left Isker with. Never to return, I hope. And how did you come to serve Queen Galfrey? I was a slave of Lord Axelar Tresbut in Isker, my homeland. Oh, what a man he was. He towered over his fellows like a rock over a garbage heap. A true hero. He brought me as a simple secretary, but he made me learn the history of the world wound. All of it, one volume after another. He hired tutors for me, even sent me to the prominent historians. He didn't want a simple slave, but a slave with an impeccable education. Lord Tresbot was going on a crusade. He firmly believed that the servants of good were weak, and only followers of Asmodeus could stand against the demon invasion. He took me along as a secretary, a historian, and most importantly, he entrusted me with recording his glorious story for future generations. In his crusade, Lord Tresbot found many brave feats, but even he could not stand against the world wound alone. In his final battle with the demons, when my lord realized he was doomed, his final act was to cover my retreat so I could tell the world of his great deeds. Some people have said what he did was not heroic, just an arrogant moron puffing himself up one last time. But I say curse their tongues. My difficult journey ended in Mendev, where I found my freedom. But there I published Lord Tresbot's biography, and I don't want to boast, but... who am I kidding? Of course I do. The book sold in great numbers and made me rather famous for a time. That's what brought me the Queen's attention. She invited me to her court. After all, she was curious about my deceased lord, and she was in great need of an expert in the history of the world wound. I hope you'll find me useful as well. So you're not just a historian, but a writer too. Will you write a book about my crusade? Why not? As soon as we finish off the demons, I'll get right to it. Just take care that you don't end up like Lord Tresbutt. Thank you for your answers. Alright. Well, so she's there to cover our history. Oh yeah, hold person. I'm looking, and this hold person on us is actually really nice because one of our feats is spell focus, enchantment, and greater spell focus, enchantment.
No mistakes.
So yeah, we have a lot. Oh. You just keep buffing yourself, dude. Alright. So
Focus on the goal.
let's get rid of stuff we found all throughout the camp. And okay, so that's good. So now the amulet blackened mirror. Whenever the target uses a hex, the DC of the saving throw. Wow.
Ready for anything.
Alright, so that's a necklace going straight on to Ember. Just makes her hexes stronger.
Time's not waiting.
Alright. So, I think that's about all the chatting we needed to do. So now officially, we'll be able to head on out. Oh. So you're Werchoif now. You're going to lead us to free Sarkoris from those Fae. Olbrich nods with respect. I felt it the moment I saw you. This one is special. But that you'd go and get yourself a whole army in no time? That I did not expect. Well, how does your newfound power feel? Has it gone to your head yet? You know... Oh, this is going to... We're going to fight demons, not Fae. Fae, demons, angels. Olbrich screws up his face and waves his hand in front of it like he was trying to get rid of a foul smell. They're all the same spooks. They could have stayed in their magic-y forest, happy as a pig in mud. But no, they had to go poke their funny heads into the mortal world. Hold on, don't change the subject, eh? What do you think about being war chief? Oh, am I kidding? Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Easy there, there's time for play and then there's time for work. We have a war to fight, not a jig to dance. We'll have our fun when we win, but right now things are serious. Well, I didn't just come here to flap my gums. Since I'm going to war and you're in charge, I better do this the right way. Olbrich lowers his head and says solemnly, My blade and my life are yours, War Chief. I mean, it's not like I need a blade. My talons and beak will do the trick. But saying it like that is the done thing. My talon and beaks are yours. Just doesn't have the same ring to it, you know? There's something else. I can already see things are bad, but tales of all Sarkoris burning down and its people dying out? I'm sorry, I don't believe those. It can't be true. We're not the kind of folks to be snuffed out just like that. I have kin in a village not far from here. Currentagling. Oh, Currentglin. Let's go there and talk to them. Have them fill us in. They're smart folks. Perhaps they'll help us in battles too. Together we'll clean up Sarkoris before he can say, All right, you foul creatures. Olbrich bumps his fist into his palm with a chuckle of bravado. All right, I'll go prepare for the road ahead. Take care, War Chief. All right. So with that, we now finally have finished up. So much talking to do, so much preparations. But we'll be able to leave out and head out. Let's see. So we know we need... Okay. Calrin always. Let's see. Lots of quests. So we can take Olborg. We can take Sociel for our new. Then we'll bring out people we haven't done in a bit. And Nenio.
I know what to do.
Alright. So yeah. Sela. And now, to show it off, much like how we were traveling around the city, we now travel around. Oh. And he gets a domain zealot. Oh, use your domain abilities as swift action. So, now, I kind of got, I'll probably load and show it next time, but basically you have two ways to move things on the map. There's the moving your character, and there's moving your army. Because as you can see, there are armies and there are... Yeah. And the thing to note is learning about and understanding armies we'll go over next time. And recruits. We do have enough we could get more, but... Alright. Alright. But yeah, we'll go over all this, because there's a lot to go over now. The world's gotten a lot bigger, and, well, we've got a lot more to do. So, but for now, I think I'm going to call it there, so I can get some sleep. I want to thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, also known as Reflem Sorgine. And this has been more, well, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. And we are showing much of that wrath to these demons. So, I will see you all next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.